Test. I think I'm live. My friends, can someone confirm if we are live, if everything is working okay? Let me open a couple of things. Okay, I believe there is a bit of a delay. Good day. Hello, chat. Late again. Hello, my friend. What? I'm live. Okay, my friends. Okay, everything is all right. First of all, my friends, I'm so happy to be here with all of you. You guys have no idea. I hope you, your family, your friends are having an amazing Sunday, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Today, we have a special live, but we are going to do an introduction. Let me say just hello to everyone, talk a bit with you, and then we do the introduction. You are on a 3-minute delay. I didn't went live in the correct time, so I don't think it's that bad. Okay, everyone's saying I'm live. Okay, I guess we can do the introduction actually, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Sunday Live. Yes, we go live every Sunday. And you guys are seeing all of those people right there? Beautiful people. I love to have all of them with me. That said, there is 50 states in America. 50 beautiful states. I don't know how many people I have watching, but if I had to guess, maybe 100 or close to that. So think about this, 50 states, 100 people watching. Can I have at least 25 different states watching me? My friends, this is the moment. You have to do two things. First of all, put a like. Second, tell me from which state you are watching me right now. I have to see, I need to see, better saying, okay, let's speak American. The strongest state today in the chat. We're going to this. Arkansas. Okay, we start with a difficult name. Iowa, Oklahoma. Okay, actually, let's count. Arkansas, Iowa, Oklahoma, Georgia, Indiana, Wyoming, Chicago. Chicago is not a state, but I'm going to count Illinois, Arizona, Texas, India. Oh, okay. This is. Oh my God. This is completely. Massachusetts. That's the craziest name in all states. Massachusetts, right? Florida, Connecticut, Oklahoma, West Virginia, my friends, real talk. Oklahoma today is kind of stronger. I guess there is no tornadoes today on Oklahoma because everyone is watching. So California tends to be stronger. My friends, I'm a bit disappointed with Texas. Where is my Texas people? Massachusetts, Mississippi, Rhode Island, Maryland, North Carolina, Russia, New York, Hawaii, Georgia, Lisbon, Minnesota, Houston, Texas, Mississippi, Florida, Connecticut, Oregon, California, New York, Nebraska, Utah, Hawaii, Pennsylvania, Missouri. Oh my! Friends, no joke. We may have like Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. We may have at least 30 to 40 states. This may be a record. How many people do... because I cannot see that actually. How many people do we have watching? Because this is impressive. Nebraska, Georgia, Texas, Florida, West Virginia. I love that song. New Mexico. Ooh, New Mexico. I was missing New Mexico. Wisconsin, Conroe, Texas, Indiana, Texas. Okay, Texas all of a sudden ended up appearing strong. California always stronger. Washington State, Texas, Massachusetts, damn it, Mississippi, Iowa, Iowa and Ohio, two different states, right? 300 people. And how many likes? My friends, see, that's the thing. 300 people right now watching. No matter if you are watching on TV, on your phone, on the tablet, on the computer, you can leave a like. That's for free. Some people may think they have to pay for the like, but you don't. Anyone from Alaska? Alaska is the most difficult state, I guess. But we have viewers from Alaska. Actually, Alaska and the other island, I forgot the name. Hawaii. I mean, Alaska is not an island, sorry. Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. God, I'm coming back to you. I love that song. American music, am I right? People end up asking me what's my favorite type of music in America. Country, by far. Indiana, Tennessee, Missouri, Alaska. Oh, Alaska? Oh, wait, we have Alaska, my friends. Like has been left. Thanks, John. I appreciate you. More than you realize. Portugal, Texas. What are you talking about, my friend? Okay. Investigate Indiana. Oh, I love that name. I guess I know the state you are watching me. How are you doing, my friend? Okay, my friends. Today we have to talk. This is a serious, this is a very important conversation. Last week, my content ended up being a bit different. Ended up reacting to, I would say, politics/war. And a lot of people end up getting mad at me. I want to make this very clear. Does not matter. If I want to react to something, I will always do it. Of course, I always want to be respectful. I always want to show love to America. No doubt about that. But some people end up being really mad at me. Because they said, André, you love Trump. Trump is your guy. My friends, I live in Portugal. I don't vote in America. I have one party. And I'm gonna show to you my party. Are you ready? Common Sense Party. The third party in America. I want to put this out there. Came to Australia. Bro Code, that's the name. Okay, that was a bit random. My friends, actually, if you have been enjoying the content lately, I need to know right now. Number one, if from time to time you don't mind some different content. Because look, reactions to American stuff are great. But what is going on in the world, what is going on in America, I also think is great. Number one right now in the chat, my friends, this is the moment to be honest with me. Number two, if you don't like that type of content, you can be honest. Empire gone, my friend. I love that you ended up being the first. Number one. Where are my haters? To be fair, all of them end up unsubscribing. But number one, do what you want. Okay, I'm gonna do a PBJ then. Number one. Ooh, the amount of number ones. Number 50. That means I need to react to 50 states. No more Fox News. See, my friends, back in the day, I end up reacting. I actually, this makes me laugh, even with my wife. Back in the day, I end up reacting to CNN. People told me, André, no more CNN. What the hell is that? What are you watching? You are watching socialist propaganda? I said, okay, relax. I'm gonna watch Fox News now. André, what are you watching? People are never happy. PBJ stream, let's go. My friends, I have a confession to make about PBJ actually. I bought for the second time. I'm a bit, this is a bit embarrassing. Cannot lie. But I bought Trader Joe's peanut butter. Oh, André, that's not Skippy. That's not even Jif, whatever the way you say it. But I'm gonna be honest. I end up enjoying Trader Joe's peanut butter. I know it's crazy, but it's true. That said, we have tremendous news that I want to show to you. Give me a second. This, my friends, this is tremendous news. Does not get much better than this to me. I did it. André, what the hell did you did? I did it. I did this. I'm so damn proud. My friends, this is the moment to leave me a like. I bought this smoker. Is a pellet smoker. André, the price is ridiculous. I know. But YouTube pays me. And I have a normal job. So I pick the money I make on YouTube and I buy things for you, my friends. This is for me, but it's for the content. You guys know what I'm talking about? My friends, was this a good buy? You know what? I may buy a smoker that is a bit more traditional. But to start, is this a good smoker? My friends, I bought it already. So if you guys say it's bad, look, it's done. I did it, my friends. And look, I mean, there is some hope. So, listen to my plan. My friends, this is the plan. Really pay attention, because if this plan works, man, Uncle Sam would be so damn proud. My plan is, I hope this arrives. So, man, I maybe I should not say it. I'm going to say it. Maybe this arrives before 4th of July. André, why? Thank you for asking. Because if this arrives 4th of July, I may do some ribs. André, what about brisket? Okay, relax, my friends. Brisket is like 100 euros. I just end up spending 800 or 900 actually. So and if you make the conversion, it's like $1,000. So, my friends, we have to relax a bit there. I hope you guys understand my situation. But if this arrives before the 4th of July, we are going to celebrate with some ribs. If this does not arrive, then we have a problem. But yeah, everyone is saying it's very good. Mesquite smoked whole chicken. My friends, what type of... there is a lot of different flavors for pellets. You have mesquite, you have oak, you have apple. If you guys had to choose, what flavor do you guys think is the best? If you know, of course. I bought the pellets, yes, President. Salud. No, brisket, we have to relax, my friends. That was pretty expensive, no doubt, Ronnie. That was expensive. I mean, but it is what it is. I said I would do it, I did it. Pork spare ribs, yeah. No, I want to do ribs, my friends. But if this does not arrive, in time for 4th of July, look, no problem, being honest with you. We may still do something for 4th of July. I want to celebrate 4th of July with you, my friends. I really do. My friends, but I mean, take a look again. Isn't this a beauty? Oh man, what a beauty. But I really want to celebrate 4th of July, my friends. I might just do some burgers and hot dogs for the cooking show. Because we are celebrating. It's not about the cooking show. It's just about having some fun. I even bought some decoration for 4th of July. I don't want to promise anything because this week will be a problematic week for me, in the sense that I have some construction to be done, awful time to be fair, and I'm still waiting to put air conditioning in my home. I paid air condition months ago, my friends, and not installed yet. No, I have pellets, yeah. I bought mesquite. I bought two. I bought mesquite and pecan. I probably did awful choices, my friends. But people said pecan was good to smoke. Pecan, the pie, the flavor is not the pecan pie flavor is never mind. You guys get what I'm saying. Burgers are a good choice. Just the cheeseburgers, right? Chili dogs. So, my friends, okay. Actually, this is very important. If you guys had... When you think about 4th of July, What are the first 3 foods that come to your mind? Tell me right now. 3 foods, my friends. And don't overthink. You may put hot dogs, burgers, and brisket. No, brisket probably is expensive. Hot dogs, whatever. Tell me. Or at least one food. Mesquite for beef. Great choice. Okay. I thought about buying fireworks, but it's not easy at all, my friends. I'm not even sure if they are... I don't think they are illegal, but I don't think anyone can buy. Apple pie? Burgers? Ribs, barbecue chicken, burgers and hot dogs. Apple pie? Burger, hot dog, apple pie? Man, a lot of people is saying apple pie, actually. And ribs, a lot of people are also saying ribs. Oh, but a lot of people are saying burgers and hot dogs. I think burgers and hot dogs are actually winning this competition. Okay, my friends, awesome. Damn. Hot dogs, burgers and beer, okay. That's easy. I may do that. No, tacos is difficult, my friends. Fajitas are also amazing. Ooh, I like that. I did some fajitas back in the day. Smoked sausage. My friends, one thing that I did that now I do frequently, because I also want to put this out there. Sometimes I try stuff that I try one time, even if I think is really good, I don't do it again. For a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's too difficult, sometimes it's too expensive. Basically, there is a lot of reasons. For example, I end up loving pulled pork, but it's a lot of work to do often. But one thing that I do very often, my friends, is loaded baked potatoes. My friends, I'm doing variations right now of that. I'm putting onions, I'm putting bacon, I'm putting ham. I'm doing crazy stuff with that. I'm not sure if I'm doing something illegal in America, but I'm doing a lot of variations. Actually, I'm doing Portuguese loaded baked potatoes. Sorry for that, they are Portuguese now. Smoked mac and cheese? I can make mac and cheese on that machine. Wait, I can smoke mac and cheese here, my friends? Really? That's a bit crazy. Jalapeno poppers? What the hell is that? Jalapeno poppers. My friends, we have almost 400 people watching right now. And we have 300 likes. So we need at least 100 more likes. My friends, you need to wake up. Potato salads for the forte. My friends, is 4th of July top 3 holiday for you in America? Because I know you guys love 4th of July, but you guys also love Thanksgiving. I wonder, do you guys prefer 4th of July or Thanksgiving, my friends? 4th of July seems a bit more fun, but the message on Thanksgiving is a bit better. No, jalapenos are very difficult here, yeah. Jalapenos are that common in America, maybe more in the South. Kent Rawlings always, finds a way to put jalapenos on the recipes. Eu já estou tentando aprender português e é muito difícil, mas eu estou tentando. My friend, that was awesome. Basically, someone was speaking Portuguese and I thought it was impressive. Okay, everyone is actually saying Thanksgiving. Don't forget s'mores for dessert. Okay. Okay, my friends. I like this is why I love the lives, because you guys teach me a lot of things. So, burgers and hot dogs, good choice for my 4th of July, for my first 4th of July. Very good choice, right? If I get the smoker, if I learn how to work with that, I think it's actually easy. I will do, or at least I will try to do the ribs. My friends, that said, we have some reactions to do. Yeah. Because we are talking about 4th of July. And I want to watch this. Why? I bought the machine. Now, I need to learn how to make ribs like Americans do. My friends, look, real talk. I actually had ribs today. My mother did ribs. Pretty good, no doubt, but they don't look anything like what you guys do in America. So, I need to learn. Gonna do introduction for YouTube. Don't forget to say, you make my day, because that's really important. You can start it right now because there is a delay. I go into this. Today I'll be reacting to how to make the perfect American ribs. My friends, real talk, every time I see people eating ribs in America, they look delicious. Today I bought a smoker, so I need to learn how to make the perfect ribs. That said, before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, you know what would be crazy? If I look to the chat, because we are live, we go live every Sunday, I would see people there saying, you make my day. There is no way that happens, right? Oh, everyone is saying you make my day, because you really make my day, my friend. So, yeah, if you can subscribe, thank you for that. That said, link for the original video in my description, and as well.
Ribs today. I know everyone's getting ready. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up. A lot of people.
My friends, let's stop it right away. Am I crazy to say this man is a legend? Am I crazy to say that? Number 7. If you are aware of this man. Every time I search American barbecue, this channel appears. So I assume this man is a legend.
People are going to be barbecuing. Hopefully the weather's going to be great where you are. I wanted to show you how I like to do some spare ribs. These ribs are extra meaty ribs. They've got more meat on the bones than your loin back cut. And these are what you call a St. Louis cut, which means just that top part of the backbone has been removed off these slabs. It makes them nice and uniform. I've got them trimmed up just a little, pulled the membranes off the back side. And what we're going to do is show you how.
You know what? Comparing with European ribs, the bones, they are a bit more thick. Wait, maybe because everything is bigger in America, even the pigs?
I like to cook spare ribs, and these are going to drive your friends and family crazy, I promise you. So the first thing we want to do is I hit them with a little bit of an all-purpose seasoning. This is kind of just a blend of some salt and pepper and some garlic, a few other spices, a little bit of onion, and it just kind of wakes up the flavor on these ribs. It gives it a good base coat. After I get both sides good with this all-purpose, I'm going to come back and slather on just a little bit of mustard to bind my rub on it. And that barbecue rub is what's going to really give it its flavor, and that's what's really bringing the outside texture, the bark to it, if you will. But that's what gives it a great color with the barbecue rub that we use. And then, of course, I make both of these myself. You can use other stuff, but we want to use our products because that's what's getting us the
Yo, the mustard after that. Normally people put mustard first.
checks. So what I'm going to do is just slather on
Your pigs go to the gym. Yeah, European pigs, right?
a light little coat of mustard on both sides of these ribs. And it don't take a whole lot because the mustard is a binder. We're not using it for flavor. You can use a little olive oil, a little peanut oil, whatever you like. Honey mustard,
Ooh, I like mustard.
Regular old yellow mustard. It does the trick. You just want to get it rubbed in. And it's kind of making that all-purpose rub stick too. You can see
Thanks,
some
Kim.
of the peppers in it. And all I do is I come back with the barbecue rub. It's killer hot.
Oh my god, I don't have that. What hell is that thing? The barbecue rub. What technology are we working here?
Dog's product. I just give it a nice coat on this back side.
Oh, it became orange. What the hell, my friend?
Today we're going to cook these about 235 degrees, and for spare ribs it takes about 5 hours total cook time, but I'll walk you through the process when I get them on the grill.
Okay.
Always remember to get your edges. You want all sides covered with your seasoning.
Yo, this man is a legend, my friends. You guys are right.
You don't have to rub it in. Just let the rub stick. That's what the mustard's for. Makes it
little
bind
massage to the meat.
See how pretty that is? Now we flip them over and get this top side.
Okay.
Once I get
You know what? Almost no fat here. It's kind of interesting. It's very lean, the meat.
the mustard and light coat on this side, your spare St. Louis cut ribs. You're going to be ready to go on some smoke.
St. Louis. This is in Missouri, right? St. Louis, Missouri, I believe. And if you believe, you can do it.
This is similar. This is the same process I use when I'm doing competitions. Start the same way. A lot of times.
Competitions? Wait. There is competitions for barbecue in America? What the hell?
We're doing loin back ribs because in our part of the country, loins
Wait, they compete for what? For a smoker?
a little more popular, but
I mean, they are expensive, so...
I also do spares sometimes too. Just depending
Wait, there is a world champion. There is someone that is a world champion of ribs?
on what the judges in the region I'm cooking want.
They
Touch
look
up these spots that
awesome,
look
my
bare.
friend.
Get your ends.
They are a bit dusty, but I guess that's normal. For money.
You've got same.
Big competitions. We compete for anything. Holy capitalism. How much can people make? It's good. Is a good amount of money actually.
St. Louis cut spare ribs ready for the cooker. Now I want you to see that color on these. That's coming from that barbecue rub. It really brings out that true competition barbecue color that these judges are looking for. Every rub's got.
Who is the judges? Wait, like Judy, the judge, or people that are crazy angry and they feed them. What are we working here?
Got good flavor and some spices and stuff, but the barbecue rub's gonna bring that color every time. Before I prep those spare ribs, I would come outside and fire my Yoder up, set it on about 235 degrees, and you can see it's holding steady right here.
A pellets machine. Let's go.
Here, 236, 235. That's right where I want it. This is the YS480 model, and it's a perfect little grill for cooking at home. I'm gonna get these spare ribs in here,
Oh boy.
put them across the rack, and
Easy now.
let this Yoder do its magic.
This barbecue machine is
If you're cooking at
giant.
home, you want to get your grill up to about 235 degrees. That's perfect for cooking ribs. I'm using cherry pellets today to give me some good smoked flavor. And it's going to be dynamite in about 5 hours.
I end up reading that for ribs, apple is really good.
All right, I got one of my famous concoctions mixed up here to base these ribs. I've already hit them one time after the first 45 minutes. It's been an hour
What
and a
is
half.
that
It's time to hit them again. But what it is, it's some apple juice, a little pineapple juice, some cider vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, and just a little bit of sweet red wine. And it makes a good base for ribs. You know, I'll use all
Wait, sorry. Someone said there is a TV show about barbecue competitions?
different kinds of things, but you can tell if you don't watch them, they'll start drying just a tad. So that's why we want to keep something on them, keep them nice and moist. But they're looking good. Okay, it's been about 3 hours on these St. Louis spare ribs. I'm going to go ahead and take them off. It's time to take them in time and wrap them, get them tender. They got all the smoked flavor that I want to get on them. They're looking really good. I mean, when you get this color on a slab of ribs, let me take these out and show you what it looks like. That's what they should look like right there. Even on the backside, I mean, it's got some perfect color on it. Now they just need to tenderize a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll lay them up here. This slab's the same way. It's beautiful. That's the way a slab of spare ribs should
Beautiful,
look.
brother.
So we're going to take these in, get them wrapped up. Right now I'm going to show you how I wrap up these St. Louis cut ribs to give them the tender. And all I do is start on the back side.
So far, so easy,
Magic
honestly.
blue bottle on, little parquet margarine.
What butter?
It's going to bring some full flavor to it. Give it some richness. Then I want to hit them with just a little bit.
Oh, my friends, I think this was a mistake. This rib will never recover from this. Let's see it, but no expectations now.
Light brown sugar.
What?
Brown sugar magic. And there's one other thing we do to them.
He's doing a
Hit them
dessert.
with a little bit of good honey. The honey's for the money. That's what I
Oh no, stop it. Now the guy is making stuff on the spot. What a honey.
tell them. Honey's for the money. You hit them on one side, flip them over.
No, there is no way this will be good at
Hit them
this
with a little
point.
more butter on this side.
What? Oh, that's butter. Oh, Portuguese butter.
A little more brown sugar. Keep them nice and sweet.
Oh my
Rich.
god, the amount of sugar. You know what, my friends? From now on, this is the national food of America.
A little bit of money, honey. Just gonna drive them crazy
No
right
money,
here.
no money. Is
Now you
what-
get these wrapped up
something
tight,
like that,
get them
right?
back on. We're gonna check them in about an hour and a half. They ought to be really tender. Whoa,
Okay, my friends, I mean, we have to trust
Put
him.
them on one flip, put them on another flip. Fold it down. Fold it back
Damn. That was smooth.
over. It goes right back on the cooker, just like that, meat side down. That'll let all that meat set in that honey and that brown sugar and butter.
Okay, my
It'll
friend.
get tender, but it won't start falling apart on you. That's the whole trick, keep that meat side down. We'll get this other slab wrapped up, get them back on. We'll see what they look like in about an hour and a half. The ribs wrapped up. We're getting ready to put them right back on this cooker.
Wrap it
Do it
up.
as fast as possible. But they're going to need about another hour and a half to get really tender where I want them. So, right back in the same spot. Just make sure you go meat side down. With the way you wrapped it, leave the full up. Nothing can get out. And
Okay, my friends, I have to look. To me, there is no way this will become good. I think that the sugar there, the honey, I respect this guy a lot, but I think he did a mistake. Leave me the number 9 right now in the chat if you still believe those will be good, because I'm not feeling this one.
we'll come
I
back
have to
and
be
check
honest.
these in a little bit, and I'll show you what they're looking like when they get perfectly tender. We're going to take them out, glaze them, and then we're going to eat them. That's the best part of this whole process. I wanted to check these ribs after about an hour and a half in the full to see where I am tenderness.
Oh,
and
really?
these are about where I want them. I can take them and break them if I wanted to, and that's all I look for. Kind of, you can give that bone a twist, and it's going to break.
Oh my god,
Pull
my glass.
out.
Oh, it's
It's
there.
done. So
Never
these are
mind.
ready to glaze right now. I think they're as tender as I need them to be.
Everyone is leaving number 9.
Yeah, I could take them, separate it. So, okay, after about an hour and a half in the wrap, I've got the ribs back on the grill.
friends,
What I like to do
a lot of you guys
is
didn't
place
even
them
like
on one of
today.
these large full sheet pan cooling racks.
Oh my god, they are looking delicious.
It just makes them easier.
What witchcraft he did here, my friends?
Is place them on one of these large full sheet pan cooling racks. It just makes them easier to move around. I don't have to worry about breaking them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back on here and kind of set a glaze on them. And this is just the barbecue sauce, our
No
sauce
way. More stuff.
that we sell.
You know what? They are perfect. Now going to be destroyed.
And all I do is just get me a basting mop and come back and just put a light coat on them. I've already hit the underside, so I wanted you to see me putting it on the top. But
And he became Bob Ross all of a sudden, painting the ribs.
what you would do is just gently flip them
Happy little trees.
over, get both sides. But they need about 30 minutes here, just long enough to set this glaze, let it caramelize a little bit, and then these ribs will be ready to cut and eat.
Yeah, they
I'll
look
show you
good,
what they look
actually.
like in just a few minutes.
Okay, I want to apologize. I believe in him.
All right, I pulled these ribs off after glazing for about 30 minutes, and I'm just cutting them into single bones here. And they're done exactly how I want them. You can see the smoke ring that we've got in them. The smoke penetration's good. The tenderness is right on point.
Oh my god, they are... My friends, they are looking delicious. Oh, okay, we have to go back.
Take a bite of one shot.
Oh, and I was doubting this guy. Stupid European.
Show you here. Show you what you want to see when you take a bite of one of these.
The sound. I know that's good for the sound. You know what I mean? Juicy. Oh.
One bite comes off. That's it. Perfect spare rib. You can do them just like this. Follow this technique. Your Memorial Day barbecue will be a big hit, I promise.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, man, this was amazing, my friends. This was amazing. Damn. Yeah, I'm sweating a bit, my friends. Today is a hot day in Portugal. I mean, it is what it is. I know it does not get as hot in America as it gets in Portugal, but you know what I mean? It is what it is, basically. Now, my friends, are we done? No. Today is a long life, actually. We have a W video. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. My friend, honestly, I thought that was looking quite incredible. I'm not gonna pretend that was looking delicious. My friends, today, it's a special day. I told you a lot of things. One, that I end up sharing with you my party. Common sense party. How hot? Crazy hot. Number 2, that I bought a smoker. Number 3, that I want to celebrate 4th of July. Number 4, that American ribs are actually better than Portuguese ribs. At least they look amazing. 45 Celsius here in Ohio today? No way. My friends, can someone do the conversion for me? Today here was 32 Celsius. How much is that in Fahrenheit? You guys it will blow your mind, by the way. 32 degrees, how much is that in Fahrenheit, my friends? Talking Celsius to Fahrenheit. The fact that you guys have Fahrenheit, my friends. But we are going to continue. Are you in Portugal or Açores? Portugal. Açores, very few people live there. There is a US military base there. I believe that's why a lot of people know. And there is a lot of immigrants from that island to America, actually. Or at least there was back in the day. I'm not sure. My friends, we have 400 people watching right now and almost 500 likes. I just want to say thank you so much, my friends. So, I have 2 videos. And by the way, from what I understand, they are crazy controversial. Be ready. But I need to know what video we need to watch, because I actually have no idea. Let me show to you what we have here. Actually, we have 3 videos. Damn, this will be crazy. Is almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that crazy, my friends? 90 Fahrenheit here. Oh, my friends, how crazy is that? It's kind of crazy. Oh! I forgot I had the alerts. First donation of the day.
You shoulder check out Mad Scientist's barbecue.
Mad Scientist. Wait, there is a scientist doing barbecue in America? My friend, I will take a look at that, of course. What the hell? But thank you so much for the $2. Means a lot. But Mad Science barbecue. Okay. It's not that impressive. My friends, but here it's dry summer. You guys have humid summer. Much easier, you know? No, I'm actually melting. I don't even have air conditioning, my friends. This is struggle city here. 94 in Texas. Damn, the fact that we are close to Texas, it's insane. My friends. $110 in Arizona. Looks, you have to move. What? Oh my... Okay, that's crazy. My friends, I have a controversial video, but a lot of people end up sending this to email. I don't answer a lot of emails, but I actually read a lot of them, if that makes sense. But I honestly, even if our community, I would say we are a big community at this point, but I get a crazy amount of emails actually, and I appreciate all of you, but being real, I cannot answer all of them. My friends, this is a crazy video, but I want to watch this with you. I saw one clip, but I didn't saw the video, so I'm gonna play it. No introduction on this one.
Well, joining us now live from London is Spiked Online editor Tom Slater. Tom, thanks for joining us. I want to start with the fallout from the Glastonbury music festival. Obviously,
from what I understand, this ended up happening in the UK. And Washington fought the British for a reason. You guys will understand a bit more in a second.
That's all over the news in the UK after Death to the IDF was chanted by artist Bob Vylan.
So IDF, for the ones that don't know, I believe is the Israel military, right?
Just to remind viewers, here's what happened at the festival. And keep in mind, this was broadcast live by the BBC.
By the way, this was, I want to say this as a European, this was a huge, in America you guys say W for a win, L for a lost. This was a huge L.
Keep in mind, this was broadcast live by the BBC.
Free, 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 free. Alright, but have you heard this one though? Death, death to the IDF, death, death to the IDF, death, death to the IDF, death, death to the IDF.
Okay, my friends, I'm gonna stop it here. You guys understand? This was live on BBC. I'm gonna run it back because when I saw this, I thought, are we watching some type of, you know, hate for Jews like we had with the man of the mustache?
Death to the IDF, death, death to the IDF.
Yo, my friends, even if you have compassion for Palestine, and I actually have, for example, this is crazy.
Death, death to the IDF. Death, death to the IDF.
Yo, my friends, look.
Death to the IDF.
By the way, 0 United Kingdom flags. That tells you a lot. Second, how the hell is this not hate speech? My friends, this is a country that arrests people because they tweet mean things on X. They do a crazy post on Facebook. But then they have this live on BBC. Am I crazy? Am I going crazy or is this crazy? My friends, if you agree with me on this one, number 5, if you also thought this was insane to watch. Damn, this was live, my friends. BBC, I believe, is the biggest channel they have there.
So, Tom, just fill...
Look, that's why I said, my friends, I'm not Republicans, I'm not Democratic. Common sense, this is crazy.
us in on the reaction in the UK, because I think the government have come out very upset about this. The BBC are in all sorts of trouble.
This is crazy.
And that's before we get to the artist in question. Just give us the latest on this.
No, there is wall-to-wall outrage and concern about this, rightly so. If you've got people chanting slogans like that to a packed audience of people at Glastonbury Festival, it does evoke some of the worst moments in human history, shall we say.
I mean, yeah, I end up looking at this and I end up thinking about Germany. I'm not going to lie, my friends. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The fact that, I mean, this blows my mind in so multiple levels. The fact that they arrest people for social media posts and not for this.
The BBC lost its way. It's crazy.
Thank you so much, my friend. No, that was crazy. And thank you again for the $2.
Glastonbury Festival.
Hey, John, how are you doing, my friend?
It does evoke some of the worst moments in human history, shall we say. The way in which this kind of anti-Israel bigotry has become so mainstream, so accepted.
The EDF is I believe, is Israel military. Not I believe, I know it is, but I don't know what all the letters mean, but it's that, basically.
And Glastonbury, as you exactly rightly say, it's something like Wimbledon is broadcast across the BBC every single year. This is a kind of key cultural moment. And yet you've essentially got the BBC giving a platform to a form of woke anti-Israel bigotry, which is bordering on the deranged. So I can't imagine what it must be like for British Jews in this country at the moment who can turn on their televisions watching Glastonbury of a Saturday afternoon and see people chanting to murder people who are defending the Jewish state from its Islamist enemies. It's absolutely sickening.
So in the UK, my friends, look, I have to be honest here because this is in Europe and I follow this actually more close than I follow American politics for logic reasons, right? But they have a lot of problems with immigration right now. They have problems with Islam. And look, feel the way you want about this, but it's something that you can Google yourself. Say
It's
it,
a
my friend.
two-tier justice system.
So, that's an interesting comment because actually that comment, I tend to believe in that, and maybe it's a bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's crazy that they let this happen, honestly.
Freedom of speech, or no speech. Otherwise, they will decide what the hate speech is.
I mean, that's how Americans do, right? So, my friends, honestly, this would be okay in America, right? In the sense that free speech is the most important thing, is the First Amendment, right? And I understand that, but we have to play the rules we have in the UK. And in the UK, they arrest people for Facebook posts. My friends, we are talking about, I believe at this point, thousands of people that end up getting arrested because they said mean things on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever, And now we have this. I'm sorry, my friends, but this makes me look and realize that Europe is going into a direction that things will get bad really fast. I'm talking about the confrontation with authorities. I'm talking about let's play.
I can't say I'm anything more than shocked, but not surprised by where we've ended up with this.
And Tom, what does it say more broadly about the cultural issues now we've got in our society? I mean, whatever happened to going to a music festival just to enjoy the music? And bear in mind, this is supposed to...
So, okay, a lot of people are saying if you agree with their narrative, it's fine. Do you guys agree with that? Do you guys think there is double standard?
Do not do like Prince Harry and start saying our First Amendment is bonkers. It's not. So who defines what hate speech even is?
No. First of all, thank you so much for the $5. But I actually agree with... I love the American way. I think you should be allowed to say dumb stuff like that guy did. I believe that now. So I'm totally with you, my friends. Of course, when you threat someone, I think that's where it's a gray area, right? I don't think it's a gray area. If you say I'm going to kill you or something, even in America, that's not allowed, right? But I like how Americans protect free speech. Don't get me wrong. What drives me crazy here is that the double standards that we are seeing.
Supposed to be the so-called tolerant left who attends these sorts of festivals. But more broadly, what does it say?
I think it says that a lot of the kind of cultural elites, a lot of what passes for supposedly countercultural pop music and so on these days has just become completely lost to this new form of bigotry and intolerance. I don't think there's any two ways to say about that. People say, oh, he was...
And by the way, with all the respect, we are watching a rapper, showing political propaganda, actually hate speech, in my opinion. The world is going crazy.
chanting about the IDF. This is a trick that Hamas use, incidentally. They say that all civilians pretty much are fair game, but because of national
It's a
service,
threat, yeah.
therefore they're military targets. So we've got to recognise the scale of what we're dealing with here. And one of the things that I find so concerning about it is how kind of unthinking this is. On top of those chants, he also chanted, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," a call for the destruction of Israel and the ethnic cleansing of Jews, whether he realised it or not. And you've got people who, to be perfectly
So that thing from the river to the sea means that Israel should be destroyed? Because people chant that a lot, the Palestinian supporters.
frank, probably haven't thought a hell of a lot about this issue.
Rappers are weird all the way. That's why I love country music, my friend.
Blithely singing along with that in their tens of
Amarillo by morning, from San Antonio. Everything that I got on is just what I own. I'm not sure if this is the lyrics, but I love that song.
thousands. So I think it shows just how deep this problem, this sickness in our society has become. And we really need to...
Sorry, my friend, sorry. You know what? I totally agree with this guy. By the way, adding commentary, because this is what I have to do. The Conservative Party right now is ahead on UK polls. Not polls, the ones you swim. Polls. That's a difficult word, actually. So a change most likely will happen on the UK, but things are still quite crazy there. So today, no, not today actually. Maybe 2 days ago, Sarah was actually cleaning the home, and I was working on the computer, and I ended up listening to this. And I was like, what the hell? Said, "Sir, what is going on?" That song that Americans like, yo. And I said, "Country roads take me home to the place." That may be the most beautiful song ever. I'm gonna say it. Maybe the most beautiful song ever. John Denver, my friends.
Just how deep
You guys know country roads, right?
this problem,
West
this sickness
Virginia.
in our society has become. And we really need to confront it. If watching tens of thousands of people on television chanting those slogans isn't enough to make us really take this issue seriously, I don't know what will.
I mean, if you were a Jew living in
This guy,
London, you'd be reconsidering
totally correct.
whether it's a safe place to live. I want to show you a tweet by an Australian journalist, Latika Burke, who kind of got it right, but got it really wrong. She wrote, "Watch MAGA go nuts about this. This will be a huge story in the UK, possibly globally. Unbelievable to see this sort of speech glorified and cheered."
Okay, we have to talk about this because this is where common sense needs to appear. Watch MAGA. MAGA, I believe, is Make America Great Again, right? Basically, the movement that ended up electing Trump. Trump ended up creating this, right? Go nuts about this. Okay, this will be a huge story in the UK and possibly globally. I mean, a Portuguese guy is reacting to this, so correct. Unbelievable to see this sort of speech glorified and shared. I mean, why is this lady saying MAGA goes nuts about this? Everyone should go nuts about this, my friends. Look, this may blow your mind, but I think it's possible to look at all the children that actually are suffering in Palestine, right? And feel that things are, that's unfair to them, that we need to work something for them. This went a bit too far. And also not wishing that to Jews. This is possible, my friends. Nowadays seems like that you have to pick one side. What about having compassion for everyone involved there?
So I agree with the last thing she said. It's unbelievable to see this sort of speech glorified and cheered. But for her to say what...
I'm going to say something, my friends, but in this last week, since I reacted to Trump, and I basically said normal things, to be fair, and I tried to be honest with what I thought. I said certain things that I agree, that I disagree, but there is people, and I end up realizing this, honestly. When they see Trump, they go crazy. In America, you guys have to create a name for those people. Because honestly, even if you are left, I think that should be annoying to you. You know, they really flip. You guys need to find. It's almost like a disease. If I'm going to be honest.
Watch MAGA go nuts about this. This isn't a left versus right issue. This is an evil versus every decent person on the earth issue, is it not?
Thank you.
No, absolutely. And that's one thing that we've got to get abundantly clear in all of this. I mean, I understand that.
Is TDS? What is TDS?
Because of the way the kind of culture war pans out sometimes, it's for some reason become right-wing coded to want to stick up.
Trump derangement syndrome? Wait, you guys have a name for that? Yo, my friends, I end up experiencing... okay, that's crazy.
Up for Jews when they're fake.
Because actually, I end up seeing people having that problem.
Facing this kind of intolerance when they're facing...
And look, for the ones that saw my reactions to politics... I thought I end up, not intentional, but I end up giving arguments always for both sides. I said that, for example, Trump ended up trusting too much on Putin, but I also Trump did a good job with a lot of things. So I think I have been quite fair on this. People really go crazy with him.
Let's not forget that people like Maxine Waters encouraged violence and attacks on conservatives. Hold both sides accountable, please.
Let's not forget that people like Maxine Waters, who is that person, by the way? Is someone here on the screen? Encourage violence and attacks on conservatives. I mean, of course, my friends, violence no matter if you are talking about one side or the other, my friends. If you go to violence, you lost. But I agree.
Want to stick up for Jews when they're facing this kind of intolerance, when they're facing the constant denunciation of Israel, when they're seeing people minimize the crimes committed against them. How that ended up being a right-wing coded position, I have absolutely no idea. The one thing she is also right about there, though, is politically...
Okay, someone said, what has he done a good job with? Look, my friend, if you are an American, this is not a positive thing for me. But if you are an American, the fact that NATO right now, and I would say most European countries right now, are spending quite more on the budget defense, this is amazing news for America, because this makes America... But basically, America will always spend a lot, to be fair. But America sells a lot of weapons to European countries. And this makes America... not to go easy, but at least have a stronger NATO. There was countries in Europe that had one... I mean, there is countries today, but they will increase it, that had 1% for the defense budget. Now, most countries have to go to 5%. I don't understand how you guys don't see this was a good thing for you. I mean, it's not a great thing for me, because I assume taxes will increase in my country because of this. But if you are an American, how can you not see this being a good thing? I mean, at the end of the day, I thought the way the Iran situation ended up getting resolved was not perfect, but it was good. I mean, the B-2 bombers ended up stopping the war. That's the reality. And if you think that having nuclear weapons, Iran having nuclear weapons is a good idea, my friends, the list of terrorist groups they support, is like it's like a Lord of the Rings book. Hamas, Houthis, Hezbollah, the list does not end. So if you guys don't see that I'm not saying everything is perfect, but he did a couple of good things here.
This is going to move a lot of people towards, in this country, towards the Reform Party. It wouldn't surprise me if those images showed.
And look, it's not propaganda. NATO was very happy with Trump. I mean, because they thought the move on Iran was quite strong.
It's going to move a lot of people towards, in this country, towards the Reform Party. It wouldn't surprise me if those images showed up in a future party political broadcast. But again, this is not a political football. The stakes are much higher than that, absolutely.
I want to ask you about reform actually in a moment, but I just want to talk to you about migration, because last month Keir Starmer...
Okay, a promise 5% in 10 years is good, but is Ukraine that is motivating Europe? Okay, 100% that's true, but that's still a great thing for Americans, because Americans end up spending a lot of money with Ukraine. Now, if Europe spends more and gives more to Ukraine, you know, that will be less money that Americans will spend, my friend. So, look, I'm not saying everything is perfect, but there is a lot of good things.
About reform actually in a moment. But I just want to talk to you about migration, because
I mean, the situation with Iran is not totally resolved. I actually will not be shocked if the ceasefire breaks. But at least for now, the job was okay. You know, I mean, my friends, we have to assess things in the moment. I mean, I cannot predict if tomorrow Iran decides, yeah, whatever, we go against Israel again. I mean, what do you guys want the president of America to do? You know, and this could be Biden. My argument would be the same. I mean, is a couple of things are not does not depend on him. You can only work with the cards you have.
last month, Keir Starmer announced the toughest migration crackdown in a generation, promising to slash numbers and fix Britain's borders. This is what he said.
We risk becoming an island of strangers that encourages some business.
By the way, this guy is done. If he goes to election, no way he wins.
To bring in lower paid workers rather than invest in our young people. So yes, I believe in this. I believe we need to reduce immigration.
Okay, very interesting thing said there. Most countries in Europe are saying the same, that immigration is going too crazy. This week ended up happening the same in Portugal. Actually, the government ended up changing the law. For example, to become Portuguese, you had to be in Portugal, I believe, 5 years. Again, don't fact check me on this, but I believe it was 5 years. Now, I believe it's 10, you know, and that's automatic, a huge change.
Significantly.
Well, gee, Tom, what a difference 6 weeks makes. He's now had a change of heart and claims that he deeply regrets his island of strangers comment. Does he want to fix migration or not?
I mean, this just completely explodes the idea that he believes in this, as he was saying there, but also that he believes in anything.
I mean, politicians, when the population starts to go crazy, they will change their view, because this guy was very in favor of immigration initially. So right now he's saying, oh, maybe not.
I mean, that speech was a fascinating litmus test, I think, for Keir Starmer. He had to talk about the key issue for so many voters, the key issue that is turning so many people against his party as it presides over this horrendous situation of uncontrolled.
And I have another thing for the one that was saying that Trump did anything right. I saw a stat that 0 illegal crosses in the border. How is that a bad thing? I thought that was an awesome thing for Americans, my friends. I really thought that was an awesome thing. I don't know if that's totally true, I have to be honest. But I saw that stat and I thought it was impressive.
Controlled illegal and legal migration. And as soon as he got a little bit of blowback, because people took over the...
Yeah, Europe needs to start deporting too. I mean, Europe right now, my friends, so... again, this is not about America. Today, the life is a bit different, actually. But Europe was very left... I'm trying to think about the most important countries, but I think it's fair to say that Europe was very on the left side. Right now, things are changing really fast. And I think what ended up radicalizing people to the right is probably immigration. Because the amount of immigrants, specific even illegal immigrants, that a lot of countries end up receiving, my friends, is actually a shocking number.
The top offence to one particular phrase.
And look, this immigration topic is a bit tricky because if you look at birth rates in Europe, they are so low. America is still low from what I understand, but Europe is much worse. Asian countries are even worse, to be fair. But birth rates are really low. Social security is like a pyramid scheme that needs people to enter to pay for that. So basically, most governments had no alternative. Basically, they end up importing people, if that makes sense. Did I explain myself well there, my friends?
A little bit of blowback because people took over the top offence to one particular phrase. He's all of a sudden does an about turn. He goes from saying, I believe this over and over again, to saying in that interview with The Observer where this U-turn has appeared, that he didn't even really read the speech properly. So I think it shows he doesn't take the biggest issue in the country seriously at all. And also I think it's a reminder, as many of us have suspected, that there's not really much this man believes in at all, apart from the fact he would quite like to continue to be Prime Minister.
Yeah, to be fair, look, I'm not defending this guy, but most politicians are kind of like that.
Seems to be it. So this is not the sort of person you want running your country, particularly at a very difficult time, shall we say, as this.
Tom, unfortunately, there's a lot of people just like that running a lot of countries at the moment, particularly in the West. You mentioned Reform Party. I want to ask you about Nigel Farage. He's outlined his plan for taking power, but he said in an article published in the UK Times, if I can't give young men a voice...
So this, again, is just a prediction, but I believe there is a good chance this guy will become the next president in the UK in the near future.
Wait till what comes after me. What does he mean by that? And does he have a point?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is an interesting point because as you're seeing, not just in the UK, US, I'm sure it's true in Australia as well, is that young men in particular are trending much more rightwards, it seems. There's a bit of a kind of split between the sexes on this. And I think he's making a very
My friends, I'm seeing a lot of people disagreeing right now in the chat. That's totally fine. Like I said, we work with the American law here. Everyone has free speech. But I need a vibe check right now. Are you enjoying today's live? If so, number one. If no, number two. If three, André, I may disagree with you, but I'm still having a good time. So number one, number two, number three. Number one, you enjoy. Number two, not that much. Number three, okay, I enjoy, but I disagree. Because that's fine also.
Interesting point, which is to say, it's not necessarily that it's all about him, but if a party like Reform cannot speak to those concerns, which the younger generations are twigging onto as much as anyone else, about questions of migration, multiculturalism, the way in which a country is changing without the people who are already here necessarily having a say in that, then people are going to start casting around for alternatives. And the alternatives could be more extreme, could be more genuinely unpleasant. So I think this is a point that...
A lot of number ones, some number twos, and I just want to say, I respect the people that are believing number two, because, I mean, it's fair to disagree, to not enjoy this type of videos, but something that, affects me in Europe in specific right now, so I'm watching with you, my friends, because there is the problems in America and Europe right now, I believe, are kind of similar.
Nigel Farage is trying to make a virtue out throughout his career, which is to say that if you don't deal with these things from what he would consider a centre-right position, then you can't really complain when something more extreme pops up. So whether or not it's true, whether or not it's all about him necessarily, I think he makes an interesting point about why you've got to listen to these concerns if you don't want them to curdle into something a little bit darker.
It's interesting, Tom. I was just in London a couple of weeks ago and I had a taxi driver there say to me, I don't like Nigel Farage. He's really, really racist. Can't stand the bloke. But why do you think that he is starting to make ground?
I think it's a mix of things. Obviously, it's the crumbling of the two main parties has allowed this space for reform to come through, the way in which they've just completely imploded. I also think he's, unlike Keir Starmer, he's been pretty consistent.
André, what are parties in Portugal? I mean, it's kind of like in America. I would say even the right wing here is, in America would be left wing, to be fair, because Portugal have been run by a socialist party for a lot of years, which I don't like. I have to be honest. I saw that in New York, you guys end up electing a socialist. I believe he's for sure a Democrat, right? Look, my friends, socialism didn't work that well for us, at least in my opinion, of course.
On questions of the European Union, on immigration, that counts for a hell of a lot, particularly when immigration has become such a flashpoint issue. And he does just have that ability to connect with people. Maybe not your cab driver, Danica, but other people around the country. It's been striking in particular over the last few years how many kind of the younger generations are really becoming attached to him. I believe his TikTok following is bigger than all of the other MPs in the House.
What? The TikTok following is bigger? Is this how we are measuring now.
House of Commons combined. Not that everything is on social media, not that elections are won or lost there, but you see how things are moving, and it is in his direction. He's gone from a point of always being the kind of gadfly on the outside of politics to potentially being the leader of the largest party. So what a turnaround that would have been.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where the young...
No, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, I don't know a lot about Nigel Farage, but I mean, I remember reading about him a couple of years ago, and the guy was like 80% or 10%, you know, in terms of votes. And right now seems like the guy that is going to win. He's actually a crazy rise. And I remember reading people saying it's impossible for him to ever become the UK president. But I guess it's not. I guess in 2016, when Trump ended up going against Hillary Clinton, a lot of people may end up feeling the same, right? That Trump had no chance. So, and if you actually look at let's say in the last 10 years, I think what ended up changing the world, but in this case, the Western world, to going from left to right was actually the Trump winning in 2016, to be honest. And this is just a fact, my friend. If you hate Trump, it is what it is. But Trump winning ended up changing a lot of things. Because Europe is also turning to a lot of right-wing parties.
Young people are on TikTok. That's the generation you do want to target. I completely agree. Tom Slater, really great to speak.
Okay, great video, my friends. But talking about common sense, well, first of all, I need to see how many likes we have right now. We have at this point 600 likes. My friends, that's a crazy number. That's a beautiful number. Thank you so much for that. But I believe we can go to 700 likes. A lot of people living like right now. So thank you so much. My friends, I have another video. And yeah, this is a crazy one. Another video that I got on my email is a bit longer, but we are going to take a look. Oh man, today I'm really eating all the spots. Okay, the title goes this way. TikTok. I don't use TikTok, to be honest with you, my friends. I have a TikTok account, but I never post anything there. TikTok creepiest trans creator is under criminal investigation. Finally. Crazy title. Let's play it. Wait, it's not working.
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate. There's also talk of me getting sued for my bathroom pictures at Disney. As far as I know, I am not getting sued, and I don't expect to because I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate men or boys in women's and girls' restrooms.
Well, that didn't take long at all, did it?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to comment a bit later. Let's see if I understand this well.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And as per usual,
She's from Australia. The name is Sydney.
Before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Incogni. Also, two quick things before we get into this video. Yes, I currently am sick. I have a head cold. That's why I sound like a prepubescent teenage boy. And yes, I have taken a metric ton of medication and decongestants. Decongestants? Decongestants. That sounds incorrect. Anyway, I have...
We are doing some transphobia now. My friend, I just ended up clicking in a video that someone ended up suggesting to me. And I didn't said anything yet.
I've taken many medications in order to be functional enough to film this video.
Because the thing about trans, you know what, maybe unpopular opinion, but I'm okay with the idea that there is a difference between sex and genders. This may shock you, but I can understand that. So I have nothing against trans people. The title is a bit different. It's not just about trans people.
I'm sorry.
In this case, he's a trans, but...
I sound like a prepubescent teenage boy. I am trying my best. Spent so much of the day, like, The other thing I quickly want to note relates to the pre-sale orders that many of you have placed with relation to my tea blends, the new tea blends. The good news is that those are actually going to be to me by Friday, which is really exciting. Obviously, give me a couple of days to get everything situated to start posting all of those to you, because I have to unpack everything and do all the bits and pieces. And if you got an email about this today or in the next couple of days, because I just sent out an email, ignore that, because the dates on that are wrong. I had an update from my guy this morning. Big thank you for how patient all of you are. So many things went wrong with this order. So I'm really excited that it's all coming finally, and I'm going to start shipping everything to you guys very soon, as soon as I get it. So once again,
introduction a bit long.
You're all just wonderful, lovely people. If you've emailed me about this in the last week and I haven't yet gotten back to you, just bear in mind that I am dying, and it's just me who answers emails. So yes. So here we are at the end of June, and the world might actually be ending. But I don't want to think about that, because if I allow my brain to go there and to consider all the potential possibilities, I might go mad and possibly get more piercings or a tattoo. Who's to say? So today we continue the ongoing saga of Lily Tino, and I know some of you are probably thinking, but Sydney, I would like a break. I would like a break from Bizarro World. I would like to get off the Hell Gondola. But here's the thing, Tim, there's no breaks for me, so there's no breaks for you. I don't make the rules. I just steer the Hell Gondola. To date, if you have been following along, I have already posted 2 additional videos about Lily Tino on this channel, which I will link in the description box, that basically go over what has been going on so far and what has led us here. What has been going on is trauma. Lots and lots of trauma. But to quickly recap for those of you who aren't familiar, and honestly...
Okay, so this is Lily. Am I understanding this correct? Because this video, this introduction was a bit crazy, not gonna lie.
Count your blessings for that. Tino is a trans-identified...
Oh, Tino.
Male who continually upsets people online for a multitude of reasons.
What is going on here?
Including, but not limited to, going into restaurants, harassing waitstaff, getting misgendered, because, I mean, like, how could you not? And then trying to get free meals from said misgendering. Talking about serious sex reassignment surgeries while children are present, and using food to illustrate these surgeries. Skinwalking as children's entertainer, Miss Rachel, making OF content on Maine, and going into women's bathrooms and making women very uncomfortable.
Trans women are the best at sports. I have been misgendered.
Well, that's a bit of a fact when they compete in... I mean, correct on that one. The trans... oh my God, what the hell am I watching? Okay.
Very uncomfortable.
Trans women are the best at sports.
Yeah.
I have been misgendered 3 times in the past 24 hours at restaurants. Trans women aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant?
Hi friends! Today we're talking about something super cool called pronouns.
Ah! It's like a laundry list of nope.
The
last time we spoke of Tino, the TikToker had gone on a fun journey to Disney World. Once again, why an adult male is going to Disneyland alone, I do not know, but we won't think too deeply about this one, lest we want to feel sadness inside.
you know what, my friends? I don't... that I disagree. Going to Disneyland, it's okay, you know.
Anyway, during the visit, Tino made a series of inflammatory rage bait videos, but the 2 that matter today revolve around Tino using the women's bathroom, which we know happened because Tino posted a video about it.
Made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I guess, but I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. I think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up and it was fine.
Tino also posted a series of photos inside women's bathrooms at the amusement park, rating each...
Okay, my friends, this is actually getting kind of weird right now. Say it, my friend.
Habitual_Linacrosser is a good choice to react to if you ever have time.
Okay, my friends. I always save the names that you get in suggesting for other lives or maybe reactions on this channel.
Each one, I guess, for their trans friendliness. I genuinely do not know why there is this preoccupation that persists with the place that you go to pee. I am beginning to think this is a form of mental illness in and of itself. Once again, very on brand. But if there was ever going to be an on brand moment that I would support, it's protecting yourself from data brokers, which is why...
Okay. Okay, this introduction was too long. I'm going to skip the ad. Normally I don't do that, but I end up waiting too long for the video.
Data brokers, then click the link in the description or go to incogni.com/Sydney. And don't forget to use code Sydney to get 60% off an annual plan. Obviously, and unsurprisingly, these actions really bothered a lot of people, your girl here included, to the extent that it kicked off an entire online discussion where Tino was once again accused of being a fan of the playground and being...
See, okay, my friends, I actually don't think these people represent the trans community that well. You know, actually, if you guys probably ask the trans community, they would say, yeah, this guy is a weirdo, you know. Because, look, not that I have experience with this, to be fair, since I don't know any trans, but I suppose that most of them just want to live their life, you know, and that's it. Of course, this person is trying to push their beliefs on you, trying to make you rage at and call you transphobic. We all know what is going on here, right? Of course, it's a bit weird to watch this, but I also, you know, I can have mixed feelings here. Maybe you guys disagree, but...
in discussion where Tino was once again accused of being a fan of the playground and being overall really creepy in general. One small TikToker also claimed to be present in one of the photographs that Tino posted in the women's bathroom and said that she was looking to take legal action with relation to the matter.
Anyway.
So someone said, my trans friends all think they are weird rage bites. Yeah, I agree, Jessica.
I'm scrolling and guys, look what I noticed. Boom. There I am.
I mean, yeah, come on. This is just stupid. Let's all be... Oh my God, the amount of commentaries. So this person is famous. I had no idea.
I personally am going to try to seek legal advice about it because I don't know what else was taken without my permission. Like other photos that may not have been posted because I don't know what else was taken in there while it was supposed to be a private area when it was supposed to be somewhere that I should be able to just, you know, do what I need to do and feel safe doing so.
Because, fun fact, you can't take videos or pictures of people in bathrooms or locker rooms or whatever in the state of Florida.
Yeah, I actually knew this because I remember following a YouTuber that got in trouble because he ended up filming himself on the bathroom, so...
That's where Disney World is. My stupid
Public,
sick brain can't remember if I already told you guys that. So it's in Florida. Anyway, here is why we are talking about this absolute weirdo once again. The Attorney General of Florida, a man called James Uthmere, you guys know, I'm not good at names, I'm sorry, announced on Benny Johnson's podcast on June 23rd, 2025, that an investigation into Lily Tino was in full swing.
This is a transgender influencer. This seems to be like, first off, like you shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect is actually the person I was thinking, my friend. I remember watching a clip of him going into a public bathroom and the guy got banned. And I'm not sure if they had problems with the cops, but I know the guy had some problems to fix.
Allowed to like film inside of bathrooms. It seems really creepy. But then here in Disney, it's like extra layers of creepy and wrong. Is there anything happening from a state level on this topic?
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate men or boys and women's and girls' restrooms, gyms, private spaces, no tolerance. We're investigating this one. We've already cracked down on some gyms in South Florida. They were allowing people that identify as women to go into women's locker rooms. We put them on notice that legal action was coming. Thankfully, they changed their ways. It's amazing we have to have these conversations today. But here in Florida, we believe there are two sexes, men and women, and we are going to protect our girls at all costs.
Yes, Lily
Okay, but when they say identify, they don't even have to change the name on the, on the ID.
Tino is being investigated by the state.
It's kind of like, okay, I'm a woman and that's it. I mean, to be fair, I don't think people do that. But let's say if people do that, I mean, no, right?
To protect our girls at all costs.
Yes, Lily Tino is being investigated by the state of Florida. Maybe I do believe in angels after all. Now, because I know you guys, I know some of you are probably thinking,
I don't believe you.
And you know what? I had the same thought, because there's lots of politicians who go on people's shows and they say things either in the heat of the moment or they exaggerate in some way. And so when I initially heard this, I thought, okay, well, what are the veracity? What are you even saying right now? What is the veracity of this claim? So I just so happen to know somebody who works for the Attorney General's office, and I reached out to that person and I said, what is going on? Are you actually investigating? And this person responded and they said, I can't give you any more details other than what's already been said, but yes, I can confirm we are in fact investigating. And I was like, can you give me any more information than that? And this person was like, no. And I was like, okay, okay, well that sucks. I guess I'm not one of those special people that gets to have any goss. Bright side, silver lining, at least the confirmation is there. They are in fact investigating Lily Tino. Normally too, I would wait for more information.
I mean, good on them, to be fair, because at the end of the day, if this is against the law, I mean, put the guy in jail.
To come out, but when I asked this person as well, what's the timeline of information on this, they said, I'm not giving...
My friends, actually, I got an email that someone sent me, not gonna say the name for logic reason, that said, look, André, this is what is going to happen to you. It was a European that ended up sharing a meme of JD Vance and it was denied to enter in America. First of all, I never end up disrespecting America. But I thought, wait, actually, I thought that was weird, because the guy ended up sharing a meme, making fun. I mean, okay, but denying him entering the country, I thought it was a bit excessive. Then I did some research. My friend, the reason the guy did not enter the country, it was because of problems with drugs, and people ended up pushing this idea it was because of a meme. Look, my friends, you guys may not be aware of this, but media lies quite a lot. In America, I believe is a bit worse. No, I know it's a fake story, my friends, now. But, I mean, I believe the guy actually got denied, but it was more because of drug type of problems.
Investigating Lily Tino. Normally too, I would wait for more information to come out, but when I asked this person as well, what's the timeline of information on this, they said, I'm not giving that to you either. So I wanted to just tell you about this and maybe we can cover it as it unfolds, because I am excited about the fact that Creepy McCreeperson might actually be stopped from being creepy. Now, like I mentioned in my last video about this topic, there are two potential laws that Lily Tino has broken here. The first is actually a newer piece of legislation that expects people to use the bathroom that corresponds with their sex. The other, and this
Wait, this is not law?
is the one that I imagine that they'd pursue if this actually ever goes to court, is a statute that prohibits unauthorized photography in settings where people expect a reasonable degree of privacy, such as restrooms. This is a felony and comes with up to 5 years in prison and or a $5,000 fine. And honestly, reading through this, it's quite clear about what's legal and what's not in bathrooms and locker rooms and other private settings. So, Tino, you done goofed. Guess there won't be a lot of time to complain about being misgendered in prison. One of my favorite things about this entire situation is how in one of the videos that Tino posted, Tino's like, well, I don't know what the laws are in the state of Florida, but I'm gonna use the women's bathroom because I am a woman. And the state of Florida—
oh my, okay.
turned up and was like,
You keep using the word. I don't think I'm...
So the guy don't care about the rules? Say it, my friend. Thank
Whatever
you.
you do in the bedroom is your business. But no one should be able to force me to take part in their delusion. Ma'am or sir, my choice.
Okay, thank you so much, my friend. I mean, I honestly, as you guys can see, I'm actually not adding a lot of commentary to this video. I actually believe my reaction to this video is quite rush. Because I don't even know what to say here, my friends. This one caught me by surprise.
That's what you think it means.
On account of
I honestly thought it was a different thing. You know, no, I was not expecting these bathroom things.
that marshmallow wand that you're trying to get rid of.
Thank you.
Yeah, women don't have those. So this situation, at least on the surface, seems pretty cut and dried. Tino, a male, went into a female bathroom, which is against the law, and then took pictures of women in the bathroom, which is also against the law. But the truly interesting thing is that since doing all of this and royally upsetting the internet, Tino has taken not an ounce, not a singular morsel of personal accountability. In fact, Tino is very committed to mocking this situation at every given opportunity. In one very sarcastic TikTok, Tino mocks the situation while pretending to be a woman with her child, going into a bathroom where Tino is present.
I am suing Lily Tino for emotional distress. Last week, I was in Disney World in the women's bathroom with my child. And when I walked into the bathroom, there was Lily Tino taking pictures in the bathroom mirror. And she turned to me and said, "Hey, let me get your face in this picture." And I said, "No, thank you." But then she took the picture anyway of me and my kid, and I felt this really weird feeling. And I looked down at my kid, and my kid got turned into a corn dog. Lily Tino turned my kid into a corn dog.
In another video, Tino addresses various
Oh,
rumors and
man.
accusations and actually acknowledges a
Is this real, actually, my friends? This story almost seems fake.
petition going around to remove the
Holy.
box-eyed menace from TikTok.
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, "Oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate." Well, let me remind you that literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie. For example, and it's not just celebrities. Any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom.
And of course, our noodle-haired weirdo smugly claims that there are no lawsuits currently pending against the TikToker.
There's also
That's a
talk
great
of
question,
me getting
Rich.
sued for my bathroom pictures at Disney. As far as I know, I am not getting sued, and I don't expect to because I didn't do anything wrong.
All of this on its own clearly made people even angrier. But honestly, this is Lily Tino's way. This is the way that this person does things. Each time the TikToker has been called out, the response has been to
Yo, my friends, I don't use TikTok, but I'm realizing I'm not missing a lot. Right, my friends? TikTok not the best place for me. I'm actually realizing that I enjoy YouTube more and more every day. Because every time I see this type of videos, and does not need to be with this topic, to be fair, even other crazy type of movements, you know, a lot of times these TikTok stars that are making noise, and I guess I'm just fine here on YouTube.
deflect blame and play the victim. But this time, our TikToker friend sealed this rage in stone. I don't know if that's a phrase, but it is now. After posting a series of rage bait photos at Disney, claiming to have made it trans. So clearly, and I know I'm a broken record at this point, this is a person who enjoys getting a rise out of people, especially when children are involved. Red flag alert! Now, obviously, Lily Tino is just one weirdo in a sea of weirdos. But this is also a person who has demonstrated time and time again that asserting dominance and making women uncomfortable is actually the objective. Which is why Tino has already made so many videos about women's spaces and especially in women's bathrooms. And it honestly isn't too surprising to see these smug responses to all the drama. Tino is enjoying this because this is what the TikToker is setting out to do. Not to mention, the traction this particular weirdo has gotten highlights that these people thrive from the chaos that they create, and Tino has certainly been a master at creating that chaos. In a recent live stream, Tino argued that being on the receiving end of legal action would actually be a good thing because it would draw more attention to the trans community. Yeah, in a way that makes people want to exterminate.
Okay, my friends, look. him or her. No, okay, no, I don't know. What's the pronoun that I need to use? Either way. Anyways, doing this, TikTok videos, trying to be funny, trying to promote the trans community, I have nothing against that. To be totally open with you, no. Trying to push this into kids, going to public bathrooms and disrespecting people. My friends, this is jail time.
People thrive from the chaos that they create, and Tino has certainly been a master at creating that chaos. In a recent live stream, Tino argued that being on the receiving end of legal action would actually
Pronoun is it. What?
be a good thing because it would draw more attention to the trans community. Yeah, in a way that makes people want to exterminate it.
And if truly that happened, right? If truly they wanted to say it was against the rules for you to take bathroom selfies, that will ultimately be a good thing. You sent not like that I'm happy to be in trouble that way, but this is what it is being an advocate. Okay, this is like, my goal in taking those pictures was to normalize trans women using the women's room.
But sure, I also agree that intimidating women and children in bathrooms will certainly draw attention and get people talking. Just maybe not in the way that you want. Funnily enough, Tino's behavior and desire—
Wait, someone said, not that matters because I'm enjoying the video. This girl is also trans? Someone said that. Is this true? So this is a trans woman criticizing what? Oh, my friends, what the hell am I watching?
just maybe not in the way that you want. Funnily enough, Tino's behavior and desire to point everything, good or bad, back to the trans community is why some trans creators have started calling the TikToker out, saying this is a person doing nothing good for fellow trans people. Now, for me, I have already articulated my thoughts on Lily Tino a little bit in the other videos that I've made about this, so I'm going to try not to go over old ground here. But I will say—
Oh, it's not. Okay. I was like, what the hell? I mean, okay. I was a bit in panic right now. I have to admit, I was like, what? Okay, sorry. Okay. It's not okay.
This, so I'm going to try not to go over old ground here. But I will say, and I guess reiterate, this is a person who has absolutely no regard for others. This is a person who clearly goes out of their way to upset other people. And this is a person who has absolutely no interest in doing the right thing by women. And importantly, this is a person who is very, very entitled. And I mean, ultimately, Lily Tino's behavior is going to continue like this unless people stop watching.
No, I was okay. That's a great question. Why I was panicking because I actually thought. This will sound really bad. Oh my god! Basically, I actually thought this woman was a beautiful woman. Now you guys said it's a trans. I was like, really? I mean, not that. Let's continue the video.
Ultimately, Lily Tino's behavior is going to continue like this unless people stop watching, stop donating and funding Tino, or Tino does something that actually legally crosses a bunch of lines and gets arrested. So in this case, while I am very interested that an investigation has apparently gotten underway, I don't obviously know what the net result of that will be, but I do hope that there is a net result. Florida has already demonstrated that it will enforce its laws on this specific issue, as other trans-identified males have been arrested and fined for going into women's bathrooms and facilities and whatnot. So really, I am very interested to see what happens in this particular situation, and honestly, this is going to sound kind of bad to some of you. I am very much looking forward to seeing some of the smugness sucked out of Lily Tino if this investigation actually does something, if it actually goes somewhere. So in the end, from here, I guess we are all going to be snug.
For some reason, every time I see This username, George Strait. No worries, André, we get you. I love that name.
Up together as we watch how this massive car crash unfolds. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Incogni using the link in the description.
Okay, my friends, I think the video is done. Look, my friends, honestly, my reaction here was kind of crap because I didn't say a lot. I don't know, my friends. That was weird to watch. Sorry. The reaction, I could not. When it comes to politics and type of stuff, I can add some commentary. There, I was lost. I'm not gonna even pretend. I was like, what the hell am I watching? Like I said, my friends, look, the trans community probably don't even agree with that person. So see that with a grain of salt. Now I have a different video.
Wasn't surprised at all.
And this one. Wait, is this the video? I believe this is the video. My friends, this one ended up appearing on my Facebook. Yeah, I use Facebook. So think about how crazy this needs to be. My friends, there is a guy with the name Liver King. That's a weird name, I know. From what I understand, this man eats raw liver. And liver is very good to you, actually, but not raw because of the bacteria. At least I understand this. And the guy is trying to get Joe Rogan. Let's play it.
Wasn't surprised at all.
No.
I mean, it seems completely makes sense, but that's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it seemed like just a matter of time for him.
There's no way you can look like that in your 40s.
So basically,
he's preposterously jacked.
Black belt.
Joe Rogan there is talking about Liver King using steroids, from what I understand.
Jiu-jitsu.
Wait a second. Say it, my friend.
Check out Fat Electrician's A10 Warthog reviewed.
You know what, my friend? I actually already watched that video in the last live. So thank you for the donation. Go back to my last live here on YouTube and you'll find the reaction.
Again, buddy, this is how you know he's not thinking clear. You can't fight. I know you think you're tough, but...
Yeah, the guy wants to fight Joe Rogan. Isn't Joe Rogan some type of karate magician or something? The guy knows some tricks.
There's levels to that, and he might be a tough guy. And there's a lot of tough guys, and I know he walks barefoot and takes shits laying down and does enemas, and he's tough in his world. There's levels to toughness, dude.
Looks like Joe Rogan finally decided to break his silence about the whole Liver King circus, and...
So, if you guys are not aware, the guy went to Austin trying to fight Joe Rogan. Of course, the cops end up arresting him.
According to him, this muscle-bound caveman won't be dodging prison anytime soon. Brian Johnson, who most people know as
Oh my god, the guy is jacked, actually.
Caveman won't be dodging prison anytime soon. Brian Johnson, who most people...
What the hell? Eating liver makes you look like this? My friends, can I buy liver on Amazon? Damn, the guy was strong. Okay, can this guy defeat Joe Rogan, actually?
Bound caveman won't be dodging prison anytime soon. Brian Johnson, who most people know as Liver King, didn't exactly have a royal moment this week. He got sprung from a Texas county lockup on Wednesday after coughing up 20 grand for bail. So what got him tossed behind bars? Apparently, threatening Joe Rogan wasn't the brightest move. Rogan told the cops he felt genuinely spooked by Johnson's online chest thumping. You know, all that tough guy talk and the big "let's brawl" challenge he threw around like a caveman tossing raw meat. Cops picked him up like a bad DoorDash order right from the fancy Four Seasons Hotel in Austin, where Mr. Primal was living it up, until he wasn't. Now, if Rogan's right, the only ancestral living...
My friends, who wins this fight? The comedian Joe Rogan or the steroid abuser Liver King? Number 1 for Joe Rogan, number 2 for Liver King. Who wins this one?
Liver King's about...
Wait a second, my friends. Donation.
Hey Andre, I recommend Yarn Hub videos. Blessings, Jerome Sonadigo, California.
Thank you so much, my friend. I don't know that channel, but I will take a look. Thank you. Really appreciate you.
about to experience is sharing a cell with a dude named Bubba.
Anything and everything.
Wait, people are voting. What the hell? Why is the guy crawling like a spider or something? Oh my god. You guys are saying everyone? Everyone is saying number one, sorry. Joe Rogan knows MMA. Okay. Joe Rogan destroys this guy. Damn. Joe Rogan is strong, but this guy seems even stronger. But I understand. I mean, one knows martial arts, the other don't, right? Okay.
Dude named Bubba.
Anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight.
After getting out, Liver King...
Holy sweet potato, that got intense.
Didn't exactly run.
The guy was looking like Spider-Man.
Run off to meditate in the woods. Instead, the court slapped him with a restraining order, telling him to keep at least 2 football fields away from Joe Rogan and his entire clan. On top of that, the judge pretty much hinted, hey buddy, maybe get your head checked, and gave him a week to go talk to some mental health pros. Probably not the type of primal therapy he's used to. But did that slow him down? Nope. The moment he was free, he went straight back to Instagram, hollering at his 3 million followers like nothing ever happened. He even cranked up the
3 million followers. Oh.
Crazy by barking at Rogan again, daring him to step into the ring for a friendly little beatdown. In one clip, the self-proclaimed caveman basically growled, we didn't show up for a group hug. We're here to scrap. So Joe, let's break a few bones together. Nobody's dying, but hey, some bruises would be nice.
Coming to Joe Rogan's town.
So the guy is documenting all of this live on Instagram? Okay, this guy is going to jail. Let's be honest.
Austin. I was here before you, Joe Rogan. It's Texas. That's my home. This week.
Liver King, this message is to you. I'm also coming to America and I'm coming to Austin. And when I arrive in Austin, the Portuguese guy is running the show. Just don't mess with me. I don't know how to fight.
You probably might need to worry about me. Probably need to worry about Joe Rogan more. You've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out all week, Joe Rogan. So when I'm like...
The guy said, hoping that you choke me out? Choke is...
Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out all week, Joe Rogan.
Damn.
So when I'm like, hey, anybody know my name? Liver King. Who am I fighting? Joe Rogan.
In another one of his attention-hungry stunts, Liver King thought it'd be hilarious.
What the hell? This is... My friends, America is getting a bit too crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. What's my name? André. Who am I fighting? Texas barbecue.
So when I'm like, hey, anybody know my name? Liver King. Who am I fighting? Joe Rogan.
In another one of his attention-hungry stunts, Liver King thought it'd be hilarious to tell the world that the Wi-Fi at his fancy hotel was literally named FUCK Joe Rogan. Because, you know, nothing screams mature apology like trolling your restraining order. At one point, he tried to flip the script altogether, saying maybe he was beefing with Seth Rogen instead. Nice try, Brian. Pretty hard to sell that plot twist when you've been barking threats at Joe like a caveman with Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, the king of raw liver was prancing around his luxury suite with an ankle monitor strapped on, bragging about his bedtime. Apparently, he's grounded from 9 at night till 6 in the morning. Naturally, he made sure to film himself crawling through the hotel hallway like some budget Tarzan. Because why just obey a court order when...
No way, another Spider-Man movie?
You can turn it into...
Spider-Man movie, so move, not movie. English.
Content, right? Funny enough, all this drama is one-sided. Official reports show Joe Rogan never even met the guy in real life. So this whole meltdown is basically a solo...
Oh, so this guy is trying to get attention. This is a marketing move.
Reports show Joe Rogan never even met the guy in real life. So this whole meltdown is basically a solo performance. Liver King versus reality.
Do you get stoked when Joe Rogan goes on the carnivore diets?
I've heard about it, and anybody who's talking about this, I love it. You're helping me do my job. This is my purpose in life. And as much as it...
My friends, his face here looks much better.
is what we eat. It's also what we don't eat. So to answer your question, I love it when people are talking about eating carnivorously. I think Joe Rogan shows it. He has a transformation when he does it. I don't know why he does it longer.
And the most shocking...
See, my friend Zira, I have to agree with him. If I was living in Texas, I would be eating Texas barbecue every day. So the man is saying something. Now, would I be eating liver? No.
Part on the internet right now is what Joe Rogan said. When Liver King came to meet Joe Rogan in Vegas, Rogan's security guards didn't let him in, and now this guy...
Wait, was that brisket?
When Liver King came to meet Joe Rogan in Vegas, Rogan...
And because I'm trying to find brisket to cook, and this guy is showing brisket right there.
Security guards didn't let him in, and now this guy is literally talking about attacking Joe Rogan, which is incredibly fun.
One of them came up to me in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my security guards stopped him. He was like, I'm a producer for the Liver King. I'm like, what the fuck do you produce? What are you producing?
Like, how many UFC events did he try and kind of like cozy up?
He was front row at one of my shows. And
he had a meltdown because Joe Rogan said he uses steroids. My friends, from 0 to 10, where 0 is the guy does not use steroids and 10 is the guy use steroids, put a number. Because I think this could be a case of a 10. I don't think this body is natural, you know?
In Vegas.
Oh, damn.
At the MGM. And then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast. And he's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine.
Yeah, he told me he's trying to get on.
Yeah, for what? For what? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. This is a fucking, you ran a con game and you got busted.
11, 100, 19, 10, 10, 10, 7. Wait, so there is a small chance this guy is not in steroids? 9? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that you feel terrible. I'm sorry.
Maybe the liver works, my friends.
You feel bad. Because that's just what happens when you get caught lying.
And it's not just Joe Rogan. Everyone on the internet right now is roasting Liver King, calling him a clown or just plain irrelevant. It's like he stepped right into the spotlight just to be the punchline. At this point, Liver King is basically turned into the Joker King. In this video, another big creator even brought up the whole mess again.
Like, the videos he's posted reminds me of the Joker tape from The Dark Knight. It feels like he's perpetually trying to cut a WWE promo targeting Joe Rogan here. But when he's doing these call-outs, it really does seem like an extreme threat against Joe Rogan's life, and a lot of it is incomprehensible. So a ton of like non-sequiturs jumping all over the place, so it's incoherent.
I completely agree with that. Just look.
By the way, this guy, low-key a legend. I actually have been, I watched a couple of his videos.
Look at this so-called fitness influencer Liver King. He acts like a total clown on the internet most of the time. Can you imagine a grown man chugging 4 cups of coffee back to back in the grossest way possible just because he wants to meet Joe Rogan? What can I even say? Just look at him.
Good morning, primals. This is Mr.
He called me a primal? I'm not a monkey.
Even say, just look at him.
Good morning, primals. This is Mr. Enema Bucket. That's coffee, key almond coffee, the best kind, so I can drink some of the coffee.
Wait, the guy's drinking coffee in the shower.
Both ways.
I'm not surprised by the coffee. I'm surprised by him taking a shower.
That's what I'm doing right now. This is like the 4th one that I'm doing, and that's how I'm doing it.
But honestly, this clown was already finished the moment his substance use scandal got exposed. People found out exactly how much stuff he was pumping into his body. Some creators broke it all.
But shots of coffee. No, that's a joke. The guy's not. No. Did I miss that? That guy puts coffee in the butt. Well, that's the first time no, my friends, what?
All down with no mercy.
No, that was a joke, right?
See.
Here's what I'm currently taking. So here's this stack: IGF-1 LR3, CJC with IMAP, ibutamoren, omnitrope, testosterone cypionate, DECA, nandrolone decanoate.
And even after that, he tried.
What's the name? What's enema, my friends? I don't know that word in English. Coffee enema. But what is enema? Coffee butt? No, there is no, oh, my friends. No. I mean, look, I kind of respected the guy. The Spider-Man moves, the beard, the eating liver, kind of jacked. But now the guy's putting coffee on the butt. Oh my. Oh, there is a tube. I did not realize that. Oh, it's in the butt.
I'm doing right now. This is like the 4th one that I'm doing.
And we are the primals. Oh, no.
That's how I'm doing it.
But honestly, this clown was already finished the moment.
Google it. No, I'm not going to do that, John, but thank you for the suggestion.
His substance use scandal got exposed. People found out exactly how much stuff he was pumping into his body. Some creators broke it all down with no mercy.
Here's what I'm currently taking. So here's...
I'm going to be honest, my friends. If the guy puts coffee in the butt, 100% he uses steroids.
This stack, IGF-1 LR3, CJC with IMAP, ibutamoren, omnitrope, testosterone cypionate, deca, nandrolone decanoate.
And even after that, he tried to do a half...
No, but sorry, I don't understand that. Why is the guy putting that on the butt? It works better if you put in the butt instead of drinking? Oh, that's why he's in the shower. Oh, George.
Half-baked apology video to look innocent.
Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I...
Don't knock it until you try it. My friend, what?
Believe that the path to paradise is paved.
But nobody was buying it. On top of that, his company took a massive hit. They lost $25 million when the truth came out.
Him saying that's a massive switch from just a few months ago where he was previously calling anyone calling him out subprimal. But essentially, it seems like things...
Give it a shot, André. My friends, you guys are all joking, I assume.
Have slowly gone downhill from here since this all happened. His companies were sued for $25 million for deceptive marketing due to his steroid controversy.
So much for being...
A lot of fancy California ladies do coffee on the butt as well. Oh my. Okay, America. My friends, we have to rethink America, actually.
Being a so-called Sigma or Alpha male, this guy can't even pass as a Beta or Gamma at this point. Right now, he's basically crowned himself the International Clown King. And honestly, that's probably his biggest achievement yet, turning himself into internet gossip just to stay relevant. Even with all the legal trouble, he just bailed himself out with money like it's no big deal. I wouldn't be surprised if he stirs up even more drama or tries to pull off another stunt.
Why? Oh my God. Why there is people right now in the chat saying that I need to try coffee in the butt? My friends, what the hell?
No big deal.
My coffee is espresso, like Italians do, even though I'm Portuguese.
I wouldn't be surprised if he stirs up even more drama or tries to pull off another stunt soon. Chaos is his brand now. Do I think he can win back his audience? Honestly, probably not, the way he thinks.
What audience?
People love watching a train wreck, but they don't exactly trust it with their money or fitness goals anymore. They'll get clicks for acting like a fool, but the...
Oh my God. Thank you so much, my friend. Lily, say it.
Those of us in America with common sense can see all of the amazing things Trump is accomplishing.
Okay, thank you so much, my friend. I guess you are a bit late on the stream. We ended up talking about that early, but thank you. I appreciate you.
King of primal living image is toast. As for a fight with Joe Rogan, that's just fantasy land. Rogan has zero reason to waste his time.
You criticize things before you try them, André? My friends, there is a lot of things that I never did and I will never do. And don't come me. You have to try it first.
Time punching a walking circus act. If anything, Rogan might talk about him for laughs, but stepping in a ring...
Oh my God, that kick was powerful.
I'm punching a walking circus act.
Joe Rogan?
If anything, Rogan might talk about him for laughs, but stepping...
Oh yeah, that no Liver King, I have no chance. That kick kills him on the spot.
In a ring? Nope. The only ring Liver King's stepping into is the next courtroom.
Jesus, what the... Okay, this video was crazy. My friend, can I get a number one if this video was crazy? Number one right now. This video was crazy, right? It was crazy. I had fun on this one. Oh my God, Liver King. Holy sweet potato. What is going on in America? My friends, we are close to 800 likes. The question is, why are we not at 800 likes yet? Oh, my friends, this was actually insane. I'm not going to lie. This was insane. I'm going to be honest. Without the coffee butt thing, this was a weird video already. But look, the guy eats liver, wants to fight Joe Rogan, calls all of us primals. I guess he's Donkey Kong or something. That's fine. The guy is, kind of strong. I was kind of liking the guy. The coffee thing, my friends, I had to stop it right there. That's too much. No. That's a bit too much. Jesus. My friends, this video was crazy. Say it, my friend, and thank you so much.
Hello, André and friends.
That's it. Hey, my friend, how are you doing? Thank you. Oh, there is a video here. Oh, but this is someone reacting. I guess this is Asman Gold.
What in the South Park?
He's very famous. But basically, I'm just going to show this because someone sent me this, not this video in particular, but the same topic. Take a look at this.
What
My
in the
friends,
South
this is
Park
crazy.
is happening in America?
About 2 weeks ago, a Norwegian tourist...
So the person actually sent me the video he is watching right now.
...named Mads Mikkelsen, who is not to be confused with the Danish actor from the James Bond and Marvel movies, landed in Newark Airport. On arrival, he was detained by immigration agents who demanded...
This is the European guy. Pay attention.
...access to his cell phone,
Yes.
and then denied him entry to the U.S.
Okay. Lily, say it, my friend.
It is an awesome thing.
Oh, thank you.
As one Norwegian news outlet, which spoke to him, reports, quote, Mikkelsen says that after being warned he could face a fine or even prison, he gave immigration officers the PIN code to his phone. He was then confronted with its contents, pictures the officers found questionable.
Why are you guys calling him bald? I mean, you guys saw what I have here? My friends, he's looking okay.
Particular, a meme of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance portrayed as bald, and
Oh my God. What the hell is... Oh my God. JD... Oh, they did him dirty here, my friends. Oh no. So this is a famous photo going around on the internet. Oh my God.
I think he's going to be the next president, guys. I think there are too many of these memes to stop it from happening at this point. I do.
You know what's crazy? He may be correct here. Because he's the vice president right now. And Trump cannot run again. So if there is no nuclear fight with Russia or China, good chance we make it until 2028. And this guy... Oh, that's crazy, actually. But J.D. Vance, a lot of people like him, right? I mean, it's kind of like Trump. A lot of people like him, other people hate him. But why are they doing this meme? My kid, when was born, had more hair than this guy.
I actually think that there have been so many memes. It can't not happen. No, I know this is a fake story. Of course it's a fake story.
See, when someone sent me an email, I thought this was a real story. Damn European.
a private photo of a pipe. Specifically,
it's MSNBC.
Mikkelsen says...
Is that supposed to mean something? MSNBC? Is that a channel that we need to avoid?
The immigration officials objected to this viral meme of the vice president depicting him as a bald baby. This and hundreds like it are all over the internet, as some of our viewers may have seen.
I love America.
Now, U.S. Customs and Border
You know what, my friends? We have to update the things that Americans are the best. Americans are the best at military power, peanut butter stuff, barbecue, bacon, cinnamon desserts, pies, and I'm going to put memes from now on.
Protection has responded to these allegations.
Yes.
They say Mickelson was not denied entry to the United States because of this meme you can see on your screen.
Right.
CBP says that it was over, quote, his admitted drug use.
That's correct.
Mickelson says that he told the agency he smoked marijuana exactly twice in his life, once in Germany, once in New Mexico. But not everyone seems to believe that explanation. And if anything, suspected censorship of the Vance meme may have brought even more attention to it, which can happen in cases like this. Yesterday, Democratic Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon.
Oh my God, he's so shiny. And the cheeks right there are also so shiny. The blue eyes, the blue background. The person that did this, my friends, I'm going to be honest, did a tremendous job.
Shared the viral meme of Vice President.
Do they know that they're making him more powerful? Do they even understand what they're doing? I don't think that they're realizing it.
J.D. Vance on social media.
They're making,
and in fact,
they're strengthening
that
him.
Meme, the one you're looking at right here, even made its way to the floor of Irish Parliament.
We're watching a major incursion on freedom.
Oh, my friends, Europe is done. We are talking about J.D. Vance memes. Oh, no. My friends, why? They had to bring Europe now.
Even made its way to the floor of Irish.
Damn, we are talking about J.D. Vance memes in Europe. Oh, man.
Irish Parliament.
We're watching a major incursion on freedom of expression, unthinkable in a Western democracy. This week.
And you know what, my friends? He's always, with all the respect, he's always middle-aged type of ladies.
A young Norwegian tourist detained by
So there are two groups of people in society that cause all of our problems.
I actually know those two groups. Spanish people, French people. I hate them. I'm joking, but Spanish people, maybe not joking.
Isn't it crazy how every single time it's the same people? Every single time. How does that happen?
He's at Newark Airport and sent back to Oslo. Why? He had this meme on his phone.
Oh my God, this actually happened, my friends. My friends, this actually happened.
Oh no.
Minister, a meme depicting Vice President J.D. Vance as a baby. I mean, extraordinary.
I mean, it's empty. Irish, my friends, they are going down. They are not even appearing to... Yeah, they are missing the job. My friends, what the hell is this? It's empty. This is bad news. Oh, man, Europe is done. You know what, my friends? Can we change with Canada and you guys put us as the 51st state or something?
Extraordinary. That a young...
I love how they pan out and there's like 2 people paying attention.
No one is there, exactly.
And 10 people that are even there.
No one is there.
Nobody's even here.
With this amusing meme on their phone.
My friends, I swear, I did not saw his
You are
reaction.
making a bad week fantastic, my friend. Red heart emoji.
Oh,
Smiley
thank
face
you, John.
emoji.
Love you, my friend. Thank you.
Depicting a public person, that this would be used as an excuse to detain him for 5 hours and then deport him back to Oslo.
That's right.
Again, DHS and CBP deny that's the reason. But, you know, just in case they are not telling us the full story here, please, dear viewers, I hope you take appropriate precautions. I strongly recommend that you do not try to cross the border with this meme on your phone. Or this meme. Or this.
There is variations.
Meme. Or.
Oh my God.
they don't even realize what they're doing. I think that's my favorite part about this, is that they think they're making fun of him, but they're actually just making him more and more and more powerful.
I mean, they are making fun of him, to be fair. Asman, relax here. They are making fun of him. But, you know, this is a type of fun that does not hurt anyone, you know.
The entire time. He's going to win. I think that this...
Okay, let's see. My shot, I believe, is a bit older than Asman Gold shot. My friends, number one, if you believe this guy can actually become America president in the future. Number two, if you think no chance. Because I think people will be split on this one. Number one, if so. Number two, if not. I want to see your reaction to this.
Because, like, the thing is that we've had the content president.
Oh man, you have to be fair, my friends. Trump, look, I try to not react to Trump stuff because people get mad, but it's difficult because I open Fox News, CNN, does not matter. There is always something crazy that Trump did. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of impressive. The way Trump puts content out there, my friends. Look, real talk. If I was as good providing content as Trump, I would be bigger than Mr. Beast right now.
Now it's time for the meme president.
This one.
Oh, no.
There is absolutely nothing funny about having any of
Oh my God, they even put the ad with a lollipop.
These on your phone. We are just looking out for your own safety here.
I cannot fucking wait. And, yep, there we go. 7.5 more years.
Okay, my friends, what the hell did that? My friends, I don't even know what we are watching now. We are a bit later in the stream at this point. Holy, that was incredible. The fact that we end up speaking that in Europe, damn, that's a bit sad, if I'm going to be honest. My friends, we are not done yet. Yeah, we are not done yet. You may think we are done, but we are not done. It's crazy hot here in Portugal. But my friends, I'm with you. You guys are with me. That's what matters. There is a new video out. And guess what? When I'm live, most of the videos don't do well because, you know, I'm live. You guys don't go and see what is going on. I'm going to put right now in the comment section the video. Thank you, my friend.
Muffins.
Muffins? Is that for the 4th of July? My friends, I guess we can talk a bit if you guys want. My friends, go there. I'm spamming the link right now. Go there. And just leave a like, say that you guys came from André. It's a bit weird, but I guess it works on YouTube. And yeah, my friends, thank you so much. Actually, I know a fun fact about JD Vance. Give me a second. Okay. So you guys know I collect Magic the Gathering cards, right? Guess who also played Magic the Gathering? I saw that clip online. JD Vance played Magic the Gathering. $5, you should watch Eisenhower farewell speech, something you need to hear. Okay, my friend, I will do it. Thank you so much. Do you guys know this card game? Anyone knows this? Basically, it does not matter, to be honest with you, my friends. But JD Vance played this. I know because of that. Team Pool? What? No, I did not. I collect more old stuff, to be fair, but the Final Fantasy one looks really amazing. It's our age, André? Okay. Oh, some people played. You guys see that I have, the Black Lotus art right there. It's the most famous card in the game. It's actually the thing that people tend to notice the most on the background is that thing right there. It's not even the Pulp Fiction poster or something, is the other. My son plays Magic the Gathering. I honestly believe Magic the Gathering is a bit expensive, but it's really good. I honestly, I'm not saying this because I play it, but I believe people become smarter playing this game. Because you need to, to have some logic. Things that people need nowadays. Never played that game. If someone wants to start to play, you can download a free game, basically. Magic Arena. English.
Lily Tino still has his man parts and is not, therefore, a trans anything. He is still a man.
You know what's crazy? Lily Smith is calling out Lily Tin. So we are seeing a battle of lilies. But thank you so much. I appreciate you, my friend. Did you watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Give me a second, my friends. So are we talking about Lord of the Rings? Fine. Okay, that does not sound well, but basically this is the sound of Lord of the Rings. I collect a lot of stuff about Lord of the Rings. I have basically all the books, they are in Portuguese. Those are the original 3 when I was a kid, that's why they are a bit rough. I'm a huge I'm a huge Tolkien fan, but yeah, and I also have The Hobbit, I just don't know where. And Silmarillion also. Basically, I have I have the 3 books of Lord of the Rings, the Unfinished Stories, Silmarillion, and Hobbit.
Trust me on Yarnhub, when MiGs intercepted American Eagle's F-15. Best video you'll come across.
My friend, I actually believe I know what you're talking about, and I already reacted to that one. Should be live soon. So I also collect some Lord of the Rings cards. They are very old. They are very old, not that old. They are from 95. This is basically the One Ring. My friends, are you guys enjoying this? We are just chilling here a bit, I guess. I'm a bit of a nerd, my friends. I don't hide that. I guess you guys don't know. But Lord of the Rings may be the... if I had to pick a movie or something, in this case a trilogy, maybe Lord of the Rings is the thing I enjoy the most. I watch the movies over and over. I'm really good. I'm not really good because there is people that know quite more than me. But I'm good when it comes to... do you play Risk board game? Give me a second. I love this game, my friend. What are you talking about? No, I actually... When I was a kid, the computer for some reason had the Risk game installed. I have no idea how that happened. And it was the only game I had, so I played this a lot on computer when I was a bit younger. So I always loved the Risk. I mean, conquering the world is fun. Axis and Allies and Risk, yeah. No, but I tend to like most of the fantasy stuff, to be honest with you, my friends. Basically, I love... the one I love the most is probably Lord of the Rings, if I'm going to be honest. But I also like Harry Potter. I like Star Wars. Yeah, I like that. That type of stuff is the type of stuff I like to watch, my friends. No, Sarah does not collect anything. Bye, Terry. Thank you so much. But if you guys have any questions, again, we are just at the end, my friends. No one is watching right now. So we can go deeper in the conversation. By the way, Portugal had a thunderstorm today. Really? My friend, maybe when I was streaming, because I did not realize that. But the weather was crazy, because a lot of hot, but some clouds, so maybe. Carlos Madrid, are you a bit happy with me now? Because you end up being mad with me that day. I saw that. But yes, Ender. The thing that people have been asking me this, there is some exceptions when it comes to Star Wars, but I'm a bit, I like the old stuff on Star Wars. Plane tickets. My friend, Tracy, that's a great question. I want to say that next stream may be about that. Today I had a conversation with my mom to see if everything is okay. And yeah, maybe next stream. How did you and Sarah meet? Basically, we end up living in not in the same neighborhood, but really close. And I always saw... I knew her since I'm a kid, basically. And I'm good friends with their cousins. And one day I ended up going out with the cousin of her. She ended up coming with us, and yeah. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. I miss the old Star Wars. See, that's the thing. I will always love America, my friends, because I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Why I love America. I love America for multiple reasons. For the people, most, but also because I grew up with all of this. I guess Lord of the Rings is not, but I mean, even Lord of the Rings at this point is kind of American if you just think about the movies, right? So yeah. Basically, all the entertainment that I like comes from America. My friends, I know, I'm not sure if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but Revenge of the Sith is for the people that don't know, is the third movie on the 90s. And it's actually the third movie by order. Okay. I thought Revenge of the Sith, it was... I mean, I'm not going to say the best movie from Star Wars, but I really loved the Revenge of the Sith. But the thing I think I'm going to get very into is barbecue, my friends, because now that I have the smoker, I'm going to try a lot of stuff. Thank you, David. I appreciate that.
I saw a statistic at work the other day that Spain is more corrupt than Portugal, and it made me think of you right away.
Justin, thank you so much, first of all. Spain right now, the government is a mess. If just for you guys to have an idea, they had a huge scandal because the government was paying prostitutes. You guys know prostitutes? Basically, I'm not sure if that's a word in English, but these women that sell their body, is sex work. They end up paying them to influence some deals. You know, it's a mess. To be honest, my friends, it's a mess. So the Rogue One, I never saw it totally, but I started watching that one on Netflix back in the day, but I did not finish. Big fan of Ronaldo. Thank you, my friend. No, but Spain is a bit of a mess. So Spain and Portugal recently both have been run by the Socialist Party. But Portugal is not run by the Socialist Party anymore. We are kind of run by Democrats, but Democrats here is a bit different, to be fair. It's not like in America. This is basically center to right is the government that we have right now. Is not far right by any means, but is center to right. But Spain is still... the Socialist Party is still is Pedro Sanchez. They are running the country, and this is a bit of a mess. And I think most Spanish people, even supporters of him, would agree. The reason that the Socialist Party ended up completely, messing up in the last years in Portugal, basically because the corruption was crazy, my friends. A lot of scandals, basically. I did not saw, David, the Mr. Agent Friends, but I will take a look. John, Sarah is going to join a live for sure. I've been talking about this with her, but we are basically we are working a lot on our kid to sleep a bit better, and Sarah is the one that is having the most work. We love Sarah. Thank you. Really, Brian? Damn. No, I mean Star Wars is the type of brand that you have to admire, Of course, nowadays the Disney stuff, some people don't like it, but all generations know Star Wars, Even people that don't like it are aware. So, promise of free stuff, high corruption. Yeah. I said this the other day, and some people said that they don't agree with me, but I really believe the Democratic Party that you guys have in America, in certain European countries, would be far right. This may blow your mind, but this is how on the left Europe is. You guys have no idea. I guess in America, you guys have at least from what I see in videos, I don't know for sure, the Democratic Party sometimes focus a lot on, politics that are very niche. But in terms of economics, they would be far right in a lot of European countries. Just for you guys to have an idea. or at least on the right spectrum. Yeah, so some people don't realize that. No, my friend, I'm not saying that Democrats are far right. I know that's not the case in America. What I'm saying is, in certain countries in Europe, they will be at least in the right side. I saw that they ended up posting a new video, Philly and Killy, but I did not saw it yet, my friend. Do you guys think the Democratic Party is turning socialist? My friend, if you guys have some questions about socialism, you guys can ask me, because Portugal in the last 20 years had like, I don't know, from the top of my head, but I'm going to guess maybe 14 years of socialism. So I kind of know more or less how it's like. Not everything is bad, of course, but not the biggest fan. Are you going to eat raw liver live? Jay, what is that question? No, my friend, I would watch it now, but I'm a bit tired, to be honest with you. My friends, thank you so much for watching this with me. A lot of people today. It was an awesome live. I had the best time of my life with all of you. I hope you guys also had a good time with me. Gonna put the link again. Go there. Say that you guys came from André. Really means a lot, as you guys are aware. If you guys have any questions, we can still talk a bit. State-run food stores. My friends, Portugal had been run for the Socialist Party for the last 20 years, and we don't even have that. So I don't even know what this guy is talking about. I mean, the good thing with socialism is, see, and that's a difficult topic, but the good thing with socialism is, so if you are sick, you pay zero here, basically. And for a lot of people, they will automatically vote in that party. To be fair, most parties don't want that here. But there's free healthcare. There is free public transportation for certain people. There is a lot of free stuff, But of course, and to certain level, that's a good thing for people that cannot afford, Because as a society, at least I think like this. I don't want, if I could make everyone to be okay, I would do it. But if they give a lot there, they have to take from here, And sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, they take from people that work a lot. And that feels a bit unfair. Ogred, that's a great name. If I go to the hospital right now, in my city, the hospital is really bad. If I go there, now it's summer, but let's say in the winter, tends to be a bit more problematic. If I go there, I may have to wait between 10 hours to 24 hours there to see a doctor. So it's really bad. When it comes to have a doctor for something very specific, sometimes can take years. And I was reading that in Canada, they are facing exactly the same situation. So it's not the best. The thing is, imagine you have someone with cancer or something in your family. And this is a fact. They will be treated and you will spend close to zero. This is and in those extreme cases, the system, I would say it works really good. But if you have a cold or something, or if you are not feeling all right, but you would love to see a doctor, you have to wait a lot. So me and my wife, and this is not just me and my wife, I believe the stat is 50% of people living here, we have insurance right now. And you can think, oh, why do you have insurance if you have free healthcare? because of what I told you, we have to wait a lot. So I end up I pay for insurance because when it's something that is not that crazy, I go to the private system. Of course, I have to pay still, even with insurance, but at least it's quite more fast. Mm-hmm. You have to wait for an appointment in the US too. No, I mean, yeah. I'm not saying you guys have the perfect system. I see a lot of people criticizing the healthcare system in America. So for sure there is some problems, right? James says, I have stage 4 cancer. First of all, I'm sorry for that, my friend. Maybe I should relocate to Portugal. Look, I don't know how the law goes for immigrants, to be honest with you, but I mean, may take a look at that. Maybe it's something that can help you. But I'm not sure if that will be possible, being honest. To be fair, my friends, insurance here is kind of cheap. It's not like in America. That I also have to say that my insurance is a very basic one. It's just to have some discount when I go to see the doctor. I pay like I believe I pay $12, 12 euros, but let's say $15 for me and for my wife. So it's really cheap, But apart from that, I also have to pay the doctor. Imagine the doctor is $100. Instead of 100, I may pay 50 or 70 or sometimes even 30. It depends because I'm not sure if this happens in America, but certain doctors, they do business with my card, with my company, others don't. That drives me a bit crazy. It's a shady business, if I'm going to be honest with you, my friends. Hey, Martha, how are you doing? But yeah, it's a bit of a shady business. Not gonna lie. The insurance system, I'm not the biggest fan. I have it because I need it. Otherwise, I would not have it. Marcia is exactly the same here. Is what you end up describing is how it's done here. I believe, to be fair, France right now have a lot of problems, but at least back in the day, France was the country in Europe that I was aware had the best system because they had a mix of free healthcare with private system that worked very well. Really, so that's crazy. Some people also have insurance with the employer. That's very common here, Chris, also. Oh, but that fast tends to be difficult, to be honest. Next day, yes, but in the same day, that's impressive. Yeah, John, I'm my idea again. I promise a lot of things, but I've been a bit busy, being honest with you. But my idea is to do maybe one live on Wednesday or maybe Monday. The day I'm not sure, but yes, one on the week. I really enjoy doing this type of stuff. So I'm very tired, but I love to see you guys talk. I know the US will not reject emergency service, but I believe Portugal also don't. Italy, in my opinion, is doing the best in the European Union right now, and I like their prime minister or leader. Yeah, Meloni. she's a tough leader, but I also tend to agree with you that she's doing a good job. I already reacted to geography now, my friend, but I will react again for sure. I think Ireland is the best. Okay. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. What is your day job, Andre? Stormy, I already end up answering that a lot of times, but I don't mind answering again. I actually work with, I would say, digital marketing, since I run traffic to different companies. I'm talking about Instagram ads, Facebook ads, all of that stuff. But I've been working on that for years. The only day I wake a bit late is Monday because of the life. Housing, John, housing, I believe. Actually, I believe if you ask Portuguese people what's the biggest problem, maybe the number one would be immigration. But I believe at least the number two spot would be housing here. And Americans are a bit on fault here, my friends, because I said this, I mean, I'm just joking. You guys know I love all of you, but there is a lot of immigration in Portugal, and there is a lot of Americans coming to Portugal. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but when it comes to the housing market, since Americans, when they come, they have quite more money than us, they tend to, so I'm going to give you an example, actually. I saw 5 new homes. 5 new homes. They are quite expensive, but they are really good homes. 4 of them. 1 was sold to an American, to a Swedish guy. 1, I believe the guy was from Belgium, and the other one from Netherlands. 1 to Portuguese. And I'm not talking about millionaire type of homes. I'm talking about, I would say, middle class upper a bit. Not normal middle class, but upper a bit. And this is happening a lot and puts a lot of pressure in the market, It jacks up the price of the market. Exactly, looks. It's basically, that's the problem we are having right now. Talking about good homes, of course, even homes that are a bit cheaper, we have that problem, but with a different immigration. Okay, Lisa, thank you. I would appreciate that. James, I really hope you can, win that battle, my friend. I really hope. No, Portugal is a really nice place to live. And I honestly believe a lot of Americans with... you guys may think I'm saying this because of my bias, but I really believe a lot of Americans would love Portugal. First of all, a lot of people speak English. Second, the weather is awesome. The weather is kind of like in California here. I would say it's similar. I mean, California is incredible, don't get me wrong, but... Portugal needs a border wall. My friend, the thing is, the immigrants, they are not coming from the border here. They come in a plane. I don't think I did, Mitchell Wallace. No, I really believe that Americans, if you guys had to choose a country outside, I know a lot of you guys love America and don't even consider to live. But if you guys ever consider to live, I really believe Portugal is an amazing country to Americans. I do, because it's quite more cheap than, for example, France or even Spain. I don't think in terms of public pressure, in terms of political tension right now, for example, I think the UK is crazy, in terms of politics right now. Portugal, of course, also have some tension, but it's quite different. It's not as bad, I would say. Does Portugal have immigration laws, or can people just come? So, until very recently, people could just come. But, so I'm going to share the numbers. Again, don't fact check me on this, but I believe I'm correct. Portugal have 10 million people. Do you guys know how many immigrants we end up getting in the last, let's say, 6 years? 1.6 million. Realistic, some people say that if we put the illegal immigrants, we can be talking about 2 million people. So 2 million, let's say, this could not be true, but let's say 2 million people in a country with 10 million people. You guys understand how of course, this can put some pressure in terms of social. How did you learn English? In school. But honestly, my friends, I mean, I don't say this to say. I think most Portuguese people speak better English than me. Or people of my age, of course. So I actually knew an American that is in my city right now. That he came from, I believe, Florida to live here. Basically, the money he gets, it's a lot to have an amazing life here. And it was, at least this is my assumption, but I believe that money was not that impressive in America. You know what I mean? But here is really good. What grade did you learn English? My friend, I end up learning for maybe 7 years, my friends. And nowadays kids in first class start to learn English. So they will be much better, I started on my 5th year. Not 5th. Wait. Yes, 5th. The 5, you say 5th year, right? Imagine young André walking down the school saying hello, my friends. No, but thank you, my friends. I really appreciate all of you. It's like 10% of population. Could be more, to be honest with you, Michael. Michael, if you are shocked with that, take a look at other countries. It's even worse. I mean, you guys think Europe all of a sudden end up turning right because they want us, because the immigration is the biggest topic we have here. No, David, I'm not as good. For me to teach English, I would need to be much better than I am. My English is not, my friends. I'm telling you, if you guys knew other Portuguese people, you guys would be impressed the way they talk English. It's really crazy. I think my English is fine, is easy to understand, I would say, because I also don't use complicated words. No, it's very late, yeah. I have to go, my friends. I'm gonna put again the link in the chat. You guys can go there, leave a like. André, I end up leaving a comment. Yeah, leave another one. YouTube allows you to leave multiple comments. Right there, my friends. That's the video that is out. I would appreciate if you guys can show some love. Love all of you. The live was a bit chaotic today. Would you guys agree? But I think it was a good live. But yeah, my friends, thank you so much. And yeah.